another late night stream today. I'll probably play until it's like midnight where I am, and then I will sleep because I need to rest. I actually got asked to work tomorrow because somebody called out or something, and I was like, no, I'm tired. Plus I have to go back to work for the next 3 days, and my body is weak, so I said no. Today we're playing this game, Will a Wonderful World. I think Steam recommended this to me, and I thought the concept was interesting, but I was reading some of the reviews, and then there's like a descriptively explicit certain scene that I don't want to mention, but if it comes up, I'll probably like not read that on stream. I'll probably like close the hide the game and then skip over it if we run into that. I don't know how far it is, because I don't want to read it either. I don't think it's visually explicit though, like word descriptive wise. I think it's explicit or something. I didn't notice until I put in the stream information, but it's rated mature, which makes sense considering the tags that I saw, the warning tags I saw on Steam. But we'll see if I like it. The concept itself sounds interesting, so we'll see. I feel like the music's might be loud. Let me lower it now. Okay. And yeah, would you look at that? I actually set it up before I pressed start stream, so now everything's ready to go, and there should be no issues. Okay. Let us start this. Yeah. Very cheery music and very cute visuals for what I'm gonna be seeing. What the hell? Normal? I'm already shocked. Suitable for players who are not familiar with this type of game. There will be hints given in red text to help you navigate through the levels. You may change the difficulty level at any time to challenge yourself. The door to a wonderful world is now open, blah blah blah. Okay. Natural gifts and logic and deduction. Oh, that's definitely not me. As an advanced player, you may still change the difficulty level at any time. No, we'll go normal. Wait, can I? There you go. I had other options for what to play today, but I just felt like playing something depressing. Write your troubles down on a note, hold it in your hand at midnight, and pray. God, please help me. And God will hear your plea and change your fate. It was only a legend, though, that has gone viral for a brief period. Excerpt from Modern Urban Legends. Oh. Ugh, my head hurts. Where am I? What happened? You finally woke up. I've been waiting for so long, I was beginning to worry that you might never wake up. It's a talking dog. And are you my pet? The visuals are so cute. Must stay calm. How dare you call me a pet? Do I look like a pet? Do you want the answer to that? Well, yes. I am your servant. Don't you remember? Okay. Servant? That's like a slightly more useful pet. What is this talking dog going on about? Am I having a dream? Servant, as in you could help me fetch the newspaper? Have you lost your memories? Lost my memories? Yeah, you fell down the stairs yesterday. Then you passed out. I thought you might have hit your head. I fell? But my head doesn't hurt anywhere. There's no bruising. Anyway, let's both settle down a little. How about a quick test? Now look into my big, beautiful eyes and tell me, what is my name? Fluffy? Fluffy my ass! Oh shit, okay Fluffy. Well, I guess you really did lose your memories. My name is Will. Oh, that's why it's called Will. Sometimes I go by Willy. Willy? Yes, Willy. Willy Wonka? No, it's just Willy. I don't own a chocolate factory. Also, don't you know that chocolate is dangerous for dogs? Oh wait, I'm not a dog. Oh boy, it seems worse than I thought. Listen to me carefully. I'm not a dog and you're not a human. That doesn't sound right. We are gods. What? Yes, that's right, we are gods. How did you know what I was thinking just now? I'm a god, of course I know. As gods, it is our job to change the fate of the humans who ask us for help. Humans encounter all kinds of trouble in their lives, and sometimes they pray to us, hoping for miracles as they call them. We can help them and grant their wishes. Or not. It's all up to you, of course. Wait. Stop babbling so fast. I don't understand what you're saying at all. I'm not babbling, you're just too slow. You know what, let's start with job orientation, shall we? Come over here, it's time to do some work. Hold on, are we starting already? I still don't have a clue what is going on. Besides, didn't you just tell me we're gods? Why do gods have to work? That's so true. Okay, hold on, actually. I feel like this is an awkward placement for my PNG tuber. Because she's like, I'm just like right there. Maybe I just make myself smaller. Squish. That's good. Yeah, I'm just right next to her. That sounds good. That looks good. I was not lying. In any case, if we don't finish today's work, we won't have any dinner tonight. Fine. Okay, hold on. It's not too bad here, but it is a little bit warmer than usual where I am. See that small red box? That is a message from the human today. Alright, let's see what she has got herself into this time. Box. I want to go home. Wow, I really feel that. My name is Li Wen. I am a senior at Yingnan High School. Today I went to a nearby court to play tennis for the first time since I had moved to my new place. It was a very poorly maintained court, so I guess hardly anyone ever uses it. The light over the tennis court is maintained by some of the residents themselves. The dim light bulb kept making a buzzing noise. 1, 2, 3. I just hit all the 30 balls that I had, so I picked up the now empty basket. I walked to the other side of the court and collected the balls before hitting them all again. No one else was on the tennis court. All I could hear was the sound of the balls hitting my racket and then bouncing off the ground. The light bulb flickered twice and went out. I picked up most of the balls and left the court, walking towards a small alley I had walked through earlier on my way to the court. Oh my god, I'm like out of breath for some reason. The alley was always dark no matter what time of day it was. I kept humming to myself quietly in my head just to be less scared. I arrived at my apartment and suddenly realized that my keys were not in my pocket. I tried to think back. I must have left them at the tennis court. If the light hadn't suddenly gone out, I would have noticed that they were not on me. Okay. Well, this sucked. It was too late to go back to the court, not to mention that I might not even be able to find the keys without any light. A desk lamp was on in the manager's office, as was the radio, but nobody was in there. I stood outside the window and waited for a long time, but Uncle Sun, who was supposed to be on duty tonight, never showed up. The motion sensor lights in the hallway kept turning off and on every few minutes. I was beginning to feel a little scared. A late night talk show was on. The hosts were talking about a popular urban legend that had also been making the rounds at school. It said that if you wrote a note to God in the middle of the night, then God would solve all of your problems for you. If only it was really like that. Jing was really into this stuff. Well, if such a God really exists, maybe he or she could help unlock the door for me? Or make Uncle Sun come back to his office soon. Please, please. Li Wen. Okay, Li Wen. Oh, shit. What am I doing? Start? Well... Do people always write to gods just because they forgot their keys? Not always, no. But humans are exceptionally annoying. You'll see a lot more random nonsense of all kinds in the future. Forget about why she asked for help for now. Let's take a look at how we may help her. Now use this pen I just gave you. We can slice this letter into several pieces. Now see, some of these pieces are black and some of them are white. To prevent logical chaos, some of these pieces cannot be moved. These pieces are designated in black. Meanwhile, the white pieces can be moved anywhere with one exception. One exception. No white pieces can go past the first or the last piece. Like the last white piece? Okay, now that you understand the limitations of moving these pieces, you may feel free to move the white pieces around. After you rearrange the white pieces, these events will happen exactly as you want in the human world. If your rearrangement has altered the previous causal links within the events, naturally the ending of the letter will be changed. Well, that's about it. What? Are you telling me that I could change what has happened to the human by moving these sentences around? Exactly, isn't it straightforward? Oh gosh, that is so awesome! Can you do it too? Only the person who is holding the pen is capable of doing this. Go ahead, give it a try. Once you make your decision, just select OK. It's like I can't like... Oh, I can. Okay. So I can't go before the... Okay, I think I get what that meant. This one's like the light or whatever. Oh, that's fucking it? Okay, this is just a tutorial. Okay. No, not the timer. Okay. The alley was always very dark, but to goodness, when the light gone, it had become big cloud. I couldn't see my hands in front of my face. I kept having a feeling that something was going to happen. Scenes from horror movies and homicide shows I'd seen suddenly flashed in my head. Since I was too scared, I turned around and picked another longer way home. The detour was a crowded and lively street. It was full of people hanging out and waiting in front of bars, and a lot of arcades were still open. I was planning to head straight home and go to bed, but I saw the latest version of stuffed Surf's body through the window of an arcade. Hey, there's some text highlighted in blue here. That means it's a term archived in our dictionary. The human's letters often include some special terms related to their day-to-day lives. These terms will be highlighted. Since we are gods, there's nothing that we don't understand. Therefore, whenever we encounter one of these strange terms, a definition for them will automatically appear in our dictionary. We may either select the highlighted blue text to see the explanation for a specific term, or browse all of the archived terms in the dictionary. By the way, similar to the dictionary, we also keep a record of the profiles of everyone who's written to us. All you need to do is to select their header pictures in the letter selection screen to read about them. Oh wow, being a god is so convenient. So, like, what is this? It's a cat, okay. Nice, okay, anyways. Unfortunately, it was not for sale. I had to get it out of a claw machine, and I'm not very good at those. I spent almost all of the cash I had on me, but I didn't even come close, even once. Miss, we're about to close. Please check your belongings and don't leave anything behind. I lowered my head in disappointment. I noticed that there was a bottle of some kind of drink on the counter that had appeared out of nowhere. Perhaps somebody had forgotten it there. I picked it up and threw it in the trash on my way out. I got home and turned on the light. All of the boxes I had moved in 2 days ago were still lying all over the floor. Tomorrow, I'll unpack them tomorrow. I'm too exhausted now. At least the shower felt great. I got out of the shower, climbed into bed, and immediately fell asleep. Good night. Nice. Okay, I see. Therefore, the girl would not have left her keys at the dark tennis court. Even though it was only a tiny change, you have indeed changed your fate. More importantly, you may have to change more than what you were seeing. The impact of this tiny event could last for a long time, maybe even influence your entire life. Don't say that. A chain reaction like this is called the butterfly effect in the human world. We still can't be certain of how big the impact to our future is going to be. But keep in mind that our power has a potentially dangerous side to it. We must never abuse it. I understand. Well, we're done with this letter. Let's go back and see if there are more. Okay. Being a god is so easy. Don't get too excited. You still have a lot to learn. I have fetched the letters for you up till now. From now on, you should be getting your own letters. I have placed a mailbox at the bottom left corner of the screen. If the flag is up by the mailbox, it means that there are new letters inside. Did you hear a sound like ding ding just now? That's a new letter notification. Whenever you hear it, that means some new letters have arrived. If you processed all of the letters at hand and go and check the mailbox. Got it. Okay, BRB, I'm going to cough into the sink for a second. Okay, I'm back. I'm not like sick or anything, but sometimes when I talk too much, my I don't know, like mucus builds up in my throat. Okay. I don't know, work was super busy today, but I feel like I got an adrenaline rush from trying to get everything done, and it's still keeping me energized. But I'm slowly losing it. Okay. The last words. Okay. So do I have to choose? What's this one? Sometimes you might see multiple messages from two or more people at the same time. Why do humans have so many problems? In cases like this, you have to read through both messages in one breath before we can start working on them. What are you doing? I'm trying to see how long I can hold my breath. I don't think I could finish 2 letters in one breath. It's just a metaphor. Well, what should I do to find the other letter after reading the first one? After reading one letter, you might see the next letter option. Whenever you need to switch between the 2 letters, just use the next letter button to switch back and forth. Okay, got it. Okay. It had been 10 years. I had been cursed since the incident. Oh, okay. Every time I picked up my paintbrush, my mind would start tormenting me, wreaking havoc. For 10 years, I haven't been able to paint anything. Sounds like art block. I was suffering and I deserved it. By now, I had spent all of my savings, yet I was still alive. A friend was kind enough to set me up with a teaching job at a high school, teaching the art class. I would start tomorrow. It wasn't particularly well paid, but for someone who had been living without power, water, or heat in his apartment, it was like a burning pit of charcoal in the middle of a blizzard. I was really grateful to my friend. Ironically, I had just bought myself some charcoal earlier today. I thought I might be able to leave something worthwhile to the world as a painter before I died. Yes, I wanted to make one of those final masterpieces. Oh, so we're gonna get hit with the suicide note, letter 2, okay. Jesus Christ, okay. I set up my easel. 1 hour passed, 2 hours, 3 hours. I had to put down the brush. Even if I managed to paint something, how would it be different from all the other garbage in this room? It would just be another piece of soulless trash, just like me. All trash. Okay, buddy. I poured the coal into a basin and put it on the bedroom floor. I put on my best clothes. I carefully made my bed, and I lit the coals. I tried the doorknob and realized that the door was not locked. I chuckled. That was careless of me. I double-checked all of the doors and windows, making sure that they had been locked and sealed. I couldn't take any chances. Okay, that's important, I guess. I lay down on my bed. All I could see was her face. Here I come, honey. Sorry for making you wait so long. God, I am ready. Please take me away. When's that run? Wow, we really got hit with the... with the suicide note, huh? You know what's funny is that there's a game called Slow Damage. It's BL, by the way. And the main character is an artist. And, like, something like this happens where he's like, I'm gonna kill myself. And then he, like... Well, he didn't, like, draw, like, a masterpiece, but he, like, put all of his paintings on the floor and then, like, doused himself in gasoline. He was fine. Somebody stopped him. But, like... similar, like, artist suicidal ideation. Anyways. Back to the girl. The apartment building I had just moved into was quite old. It didn't have an elevator, so I had to climb the stairs every day. As usual, it was already past midnight when I got back from tennis practice. Girl, it's unsafe. I noticed something at my door as soon as I walked into the 4th floor hallway. Was that a bouquet of roses? And the Surf's body toy I had seen in the arcade a few days ago? Oh my god. Dude. I had a sudden sinking feeling of anxiety. I had been getting strange emails starting the day before yesterday. This is the first one. What the hell? I've been watching you for a long time. Right back to me. At first I thought maybe someone had sent it to the wrong address by accident. Or it could have been some random phishing email, so I didn't pay any attention to it. But the next day I received another one. Please write back to me. I still have no idea what those weird symbols mean. And whoever had written these emails seemed to think that we knew each other. Not the emoticon. Oh no, my cell phone suddenly buzzed in my pocket. I had a new email. I clicked on the email app with a shaking finger. Oh. I couldn't understand those symbols at all, but the words in the middle, all of a sudden I felt a chill down my back as if I was being washed by someone or something. But my body had frozen and I didn't dare turn around. I looked into the reflection in the glass of the window in front of me, trying to see if there's anything behind me. There wasn't. I was just being paranoid. Still, I decided to go and spend the night at Jing's place just in case. I walked towards the staircase, but then I heard it. Footsteps coming upstairs closer and closer. Who could it be at this late hour? Could it be the one who had written those emails? I immediately turned around and ran back towards my apartment. But I lived alone. What if they broke in? He would force me into the corner, pull a chainsaw out from behind him, and cut me to pieces. I'm thinking he's gonna do something else, to be honest. Oh god, no. I stopped at the door of my neighbor, room 414. I choose you, help me. No matter how hard I knocked, nothing happened. That's not very useful. They highlighted the hint over here, but I don't know what to do about that. I tried not to cry so much that I wouldn't be heard. But tears were already streaming down my face. Calm down, Leon. The footsteps stopped at the 4th floor and were now moving towards me. There was only one more corner between us. It was too late for me to hide in my own apartment now. I held my tennis racket up. I swung it down as hard as I could with my eyes closed when the person arrived at the corner. Damn, okay, girl. The person I had hit wobbled and fell down the stairs. Oh, shit. It was Uncle Son. He seemed to be just going around the building and picking up the trash. Uncle Son was laying on the ground. He was not moving at all. Oh my god, what have I done? Oh god, please help me. Please, please, please. Okay, accidental murder. Oh my god. Stalking. Does it matter which one I choose first? Can I do both? He didn't say anything about that. Okay, useless, useless. Oh, committed suicide at home by burning coal in a sealed room. My girlie. Accidentally caused someone's death. I cannot read this. Was placed under the supervision of the school due to being underage and having no legal guardians. Eventually dropped out of school under duress. Okay. Damn, I'm kind of stressed already. I was like, maybe they'll just ease us into it. And then we'll just be fine. Hi, Among Us. We have a stalker among us. The depressed guy among us. Oh, how was your interview, by the way? I actually did not read that message that you had an interview until after I ended the stream, and I was like, oh, this is great news. Yes. Oh, it's today. My timing is off. Wait, what's today? In a few hours? Oh, okay. My, like, mental state's off because it's, like, nighttime for me. But good luck. Like, I just started this game, and they were like, okay, here's a little tutorial, and then they gave me 2 more letters, and now it's, like, a guy who killed himself, and then a girl who has a stalker, and then accidentally killed someone because she thought it was the stalker. And I don't know if I'm supposed to do both of them, or if I have to only pick one. It's crazy. Oh, okay. I mean, you do you. I would probably sleep, but maybe you can't sleep. I don't know. But good luck anyways. Okay, we'll help the press guy. I hope I can help the other girl too, though. Actually, maybe I will help the other girl first. Start. Oh wait, I do both at the same time? When there is more than one letter, the white pieces can be moved left and right. Oh, I can mix and match them. Since it will impact the fate of both people, you must be careful when making your decisions. Damn. Okay. Oh wait, they're not. There you go. Right? There's only one option. Okay. So, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Somebody checks on the artist dude because the door is not locked. And then girl doesn't kill the other guy, the wrong guy, because the door is not locked, right? Okay. Okay. What was that noise? I struggled to sit up in my bed. My head felt like it was going to explode. Damn it. Just a little longer and God would have taken me. Whoever had made that noise, be it a burglar or a utility guy, I would never forgive them. Okay. Excuse me, sorry for the intrusion. I sneaked into my neighbor's apartment. It was completely dark inside and smelled funny. It was so hard to breathe in this apartment. I feel like I'm fucking up this girl's life, actually. I feel like I'm making it worse somehow. I wondered who would live in such a place. I looked at the door right behind me. I accidentally knocked over some jars that were shoved next to the door, and they made some very loud noises. Oh, it was her. Still nobody responded. I suppose there really wasn't anyone home. I looked out from the peephole while I held my breath. A thin, old, humpbacked man walked by the door with empty plastic bottles in his hands. It was just Uncle Sun, the manager. Phew. Okay, lit. This one is easy too. As Shakespeare once said, that security is mortal's chiefest enemy, which could mean that overconfidence is man's greatest enemy. Okay. Shakespeare. He is one of the greatest writers in human history. Overconfidence is man's greatest enemy. Well, but I am no man. Okay, yeah. Then do you remember this person's name? I'll have it on the tip of my tongue. You should pay more attention. His name is Wen Chaoden. I'm pronouncing that wrong, definitely. Okay, I have a bad memory. I get your point. It's only easy because you were just getting started. You'll see soon enough. Okay. Okay, what does this yellow star mean? When you see the yellow star, unlocked all the possible endings. Oh. Should I try to collect all of the yellow stars? Oh no, that won't be necessary. Our job is just to help the humans with their troubles. No matter how many times you try or how many endings we unlock, for the humans there is only one ending to each story that they will ever know. So it doesn't really matter whether or not you unlock all of the endings. In that case, what is the star there for? Well, I know you're asking me, but to be honest, I don't really know. For the completionists, I guess. But I will not be doing that because it's too much work. And I do not want farewell. Bro, please. Every single time I click on his letter, the sad music plays. I sat up and realized I could barely stand. The entire room was spinning. I felt so nauseated that I almost threw up. Just a little longer and I could have seen her again. Oof. I'm like out of breath from just reading this. The room was completely dark since I hadn't been able to pay my utility bill for a while. I lifted my foot and tried to take a step, but I tripped over my easel. The brushes and paints fell all over the place. I crouched down and slowly started to pick them up again. It took me a while as I was so exhausted. I put out the fire and opened a window. I stumbled upon my flashlight and pressed the button. Oh my god, okay. I heard a deafening explosion. Was that a gas explosion? There's like a whole ass like dictionary definition in here. Oh my god. What? Wow. It's like I'm in chemistry class. Coal burning or indoor gas leaks could still gush dangerous gas to reach that range. Good to know. Flammable range of carbon monoxide is between 12 and 75%, sure. I thought I saw a slender figure of somebody fall down in the fire before I passed out. Oh shit. When I woke up, the doctor told me, oh, okay, that there was a 17-year-old girl who had been sent to the hospital. No, Li Wen. She hadn't made it. Fortunately, however, I was still alive. I had third-degree burns all over my body. I lost my right arm and I couldn't speak. I just started this, and what are they doing? I couldn't even do something as simple as ask what the girl's name was. God, why? Why didn't you just kill me instead? Well, shit. Okay, let me think. I don't get it. So, like, gas? I feel like I need the dictionary definition for the gas again. Wait. What if I get the flashlight and then I put out the fire, right? Probably. I made sure everything had been picked up and then walked toward the doorway. Click. Someone had just shut the door. I hurried up. However, there was nothing there except a broken, wordless ceramic pot on the floor. I opened the door and looked outside into the hallway. There was no one there either. I went again, saw there were many coals, and the smoke that was still lingering in the room. I could still continue with the plan. I lit the coals again and closed the window. Oh, shit. Oh, climbed back into my bed. I felt my conscious leaving, started to enter another world. I'm sorry. Okay. That one. The night breeze was coming in through the window. I tried to take a breath, but I couldn't. depressed. I spent too much time picking up those things earlier. Had I been poisoned? Oh. I found a girl lying on the floor. Oh, had she been poisoned too? I suddenly remembered a news story about people who had killed their neighbors by accident, attempting suicide by burning coals. I wanted to go back and call an ambulance, but I could not breathe anymore. If I could at least open the door. I tried to reach for the handle, but it seemed to be getting farther away. Well, guess who's getting every single option, huh? Okay, so he's supposed to put out the fire first. And I don't know if this matters. Put out the fire first, open a window. I guess find... Oh. Some pieces are missing. Sometimes this happens. In this letter, the previous development led to a gas explosion. As a result, Wen Jiaren would not be able to carry out the following actions. Therefore, the white pieces disappeared. Usually, pieces will disappear when the subject of the actions described in the pieces is no longer active. Okay. This is not only confined to the sender of the letter, it could also be because of someone mentioned in the letter. Again, it depends. The important thing is to think about why they might disappear. I see. Cause he died? I don't know. Okay. I really had to do every single possible option and before I got the correct one, huh? Who's there? Oh my god, that kind of scared me. I pressed the button on my flashlight in a hurry while the white light almost blinded me. Ah! I saw a shadow fall to the ground. I quickly turned my light toward the sound and saw that it was a girl that I had never met before. I checked to see if she was still breathing. She was. I remembered a school picnic during my junior high years. I had done the same thing to scare a girl in my class. She didn't faint even though I had done it intentionally. Kids today are so weak. Yeah, what the heck? That was a jump scare. I carried the girl into my ventilated bedroom, laid her down on my bed, and pulled the sheet over her. I went back into the living room and picked up my paintbrush. I tried to remember her panicking face when she saw me. Are you going to paint her right now? I suddenly had a new feeling that I could paint, feeling like I could paint something special this time. And yet, I just fell asleep with the brush in my hand while leaning against the wall. Okay, that was so scary. I don't want to see anything else like that ever again. Well, if you don't want to see it again, you can. I do not, actually. I just said I don't want to. Select replay. No, thank you. I wonder, though, why can't we see all these messages? Aren't we just reading their letters? Technically, we're not actually receiving handwritten letters from the humans. You could think of these letters as a manifestation of their will. That's why they include more than the text you're reading. Sometimes you'll receive them images of what they see or even how they feel. Wow, that's really amazing. Okay. How did you feel? Phew, everything felt so unreal. Am I really a god? Have I always been living here? And has the sky outside always been so red? Yeah, I was gonna say it kind of looks pretty ominous. It's even snowing outside. The weather is so weird. I have no memories of any of this. Is any of this real? Of course, don't worry about it. Your memories will come back to you slowly. He said, alright, it's fine. Anyway, don't you think this job is perfect for you? I don't know, man. I don't know who I am. And it isn't too hard either, is it? That's true. It is more interesting than I thought. While it is interesting indeed, it is also rather serious. From now on, I won't repeat myself anymore. Some of my previous instructions can be found in the help menu. The content in the help menu will also grow as you learn more about your job. However, you might not be able to find everything you need in there. For instance, if you forget or didn't pay attention to what I told you, you might never be able to hear it again. Wait, I actually just forgot what he just said. Was that important? I read that line of text and then I immediately blinked. So I hope it wasn't important. So the truly important information will be highlighted orange text. Okay, thanks. Things in orange text are extremely important. When you see something orange, you should slow down in reading and pay extra attention. Okay. Now answer fast. No. Which of the following words are highlighted orange? What I just said? No! Oh shit, I actually forgot. No. It was not this one. Extremely important? Oh shit. No, I have actually, I used to be much better, but I don't know. I'm not even that old, but my short-term memory is really bad now. I don't know why. Oh, he's disappointed in me. You have to remember the importance of every word in orange text, as long as you pay attention to them. Okay, I'm sorry. If you don't, you're likely to get stuck in some of the more oh, he said I'm stupid. No, no. Okay, I'm sorry. I couldn't remember that. It's all the yeah. You know what? The timing lines up. Oh my god. Let me get some water. Would you believe I never touched anything that was R18 until I turned 20? I was a good girl until then. The timing lines up. I started college, I started reading yaoi, and now I'm by my brain, I can't remember. You forgot to save your progress. What a shame, you have to restart the game all over again. Not. I was just kidding. Quick, say thank you because I just saved you. Haha. Slot 0 on the load page at the bottom left corner isn't auto-saved. It will take you back to the most recently auto-saved data point. Oh, okay. So can I manually save? I'll be here waiting. Who? Oh. Okay. Continue from the auto-save data. How did you feel? Oh, what the hell? Am I stupid? We just did this, right? No, is it because I got it wrong? It's truly important information. I think it's because I got it wrong. I'm sorry. There you go. Correct. The orange text may appear. He's disappointed in me. Okay. The human's letters might include text in other colors too, such as yellow and blue. The yellow text highlights digital messages in a text message. Okay, wait. Yellow text is a text message or email. Blue text messages in a fax. Okay. In a fax right now. We're getting faxed letters. Okay, so yellow is like electronic. Blue is like fax. Orange text, however, emphasizes something else. I'll explain to you later when we see it. You won't remember it all if I say too much right now, that's for sure. In the end, you just need to remember that orange text is extremely important. Now, to make sure that you didn't just make a lucky guess earlier, we're going to have another quiz. Which of the following phrases were highlighted? Oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck? No. It wasn't. I don't know why I keep playing like these, like... No, I don't remember. Okay, hold on. Okay, eeny, meeny, miny, I actually don't remember. You know what, this is a visual novel. They should have like a history function or something. Or like a chat log. Which one was it? Maybe this one. Oh boy, I think it is the third one. Oh shit, okay. Anyways. I can't keep doing this. Okay, I'm gonna pay attention even better now. Do I have to do the first question again? Yes, okay. It's gonna be this game is gonna take me forever, actually. Truly important information. Okay, now I'm actually gonna... okay, I'm gonna remember the orange text this time. Okay, I guess I kind of got confused because he didn't highlight yellow text in orange. So it's text message or email while the blue text highlights messages left in a fax or now. Blah 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 blah. Not yellow text. This one. Wait, I just picked that one. Oh my god. Wait. Man, I don't have any words. Pretend you didn't see that. That's embarrassing. Okay, anyways. Okay, third time's the charm. This is actually gonna take me forever. Okay, wait. Truly important. Was it orange text first? I think it was orange text first. Text message or email. He wants you to remember the order of what he said. Yeah, it was orange text first. Well, I feel like it doesn't matter. It's still correct in my eyes. Dude, that's basically the same answer, but then he wanted it in like a specific order. Okay. You're truly my master. Yeah, definitely. You also notice a lot of red text. If you read those words very carefully, you might have some clues, help you solve puzzles. I feel like he's gonna make me remember this, so will be highlighted in red. In normal mode, such clues will be highlighted in red. They might help with your deductions. If you ever find yourself stuck in a puzzle, this is a very long orange text. Okay, if you ever find yourself stuck in a puzzle with no idea how to proceed, pay special attention to the red text and you will surely be able to make progress. Okay. Made a choice. A choice? However, whether to help them or not and how exactly you want to change your fates is completely up to you. I see that you've chosen an S ending for them all. That means you're choosing the path of absolute kindness. Well, they were asking me for help, so of course I should help them. What's the alternative? That I should torture them instead? Haha, not necessarily. I just want to remind you that the path of an absolute kindness is not an easy one. Sorry. Especially when you receive letters from two different people, you have to make the endings for both sides an S. Simply achieving an S ending for one of them won't be good enough. Oh, okay. In other words, you have to solve two people's problems at the same time. I see. Well, I'm sure I can find a way. Okay, then by the way, I suppose you don't remember your own name either. Your name is Myth. Myth. You are a god who can manipulate people's fates through stories and puzzles. That's why they call you Myth. You might not know this yet, but you're actually quite popular in the human world. Some of the urban legends that have been circulating are stories about you. Wow, I didn't know I was so impressive. Even though I seem to have forgotten a lot of things, and I'm still adapting and trying to learn, I do feel like helping people and that makes me happy. If I work very hard, I could possibly grant wishes to everyone in the world. Everyone? Well, you'd be buried by all the letters first. However, if you try your best, you should be able to shape the world a little closer to your liking at the very least. Got it, I'll try my best. Well, for now on, let me know if you have any questions. After all, it's just the two of us here. Alrighty. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. They kind of hit us hard with the first couple cases. Oh. Oh shit, okay. What do you mean? There's a cat. They started us off with a suicidal guy and a girl with a stalker who accidentally killed someone. And I feel like it's only gonna get like worse from here. Let me see what kind of letters we're getting today. She says with a smile on her face. Oh god, there's 4 of them. My new partner. Girl, are you okay? First day at a new school. 20,000 pesos? Where is this guy located? Oh wait, this is like worldwide, because that was Korean. Pesos, I mean, the Philippines has pesos. But like, I don't know. Wait, where's the other? Oh, I can move like this. Okay, so these two are paired, and then these two are paired. How's this guy doing? Attempted suicide at home by burning coal in a sealed room. Saved. Yeah, that guy looks suppressed. Broke into someone's home. The owner did not press charges. Good for her. Okay. Let's do this one first. My name is Jimmy. Today is my first day at Union High School as a senior. I flew from Hong Kong to Beijing only a few days ago. On my first night, my suitcase, which held my laptop, still hadn't arrived at the hotel. Oh, that's terrible. I was bored out of my mind and decided to go down to the arcade to kill some time. There I saw a girl with long hair. She had come to the— Are you the stalker? Please. She had come into the arcade with a basket of tennis balls and she was sweating from head to toe. She wanted to get the Sir Spotty doll from the claw machine. I wanted to get it too, but earlier there had been a couple hogging the machine for a long time. Throughout my childhood, my father would always buy me anything I wanted. It was usually Game Boys, computers, and stuff like that, nothing outrageous. So I never really understood the feeling of wanting something so badly but not being able to get it. I looked at her from a distance. This guy has never played a Korean game, huh? I watched her fail and keep trying over and over again. Her expression looked so funny and so cute. I felt a strange urge. I don't like that. I had gone to an all-boys school in Hong Kong, and I also wasn't someone who liked to go out that much. I had never really met very many girls, and I had never learned how to pick up girls. I'm getting a bad feeling from this. But today felt different. I really thought she was extremely cute, and I had a special feeling about her that I didn't really understand myself. I didn't want to miss the chance of getting to know her. I mustered all of my courage and decided to get her attention. I wrote down my email address on a piece of paper. Then I bought a drink and quietly left the cup on the counter. Oh, it was him. Oh, I don't like this. The counter of the claw machine with a note under the cup. Now I just needed to wait for her response. This guy has never spoken to a girl before. This first night, I didn't get an email. I must have been too late. She would write me back the next day, I thought. The second day, all I got was junk mail. The third day, emoticon. Maybe she had lost a note by accident. Maybe she had washed it in her laundry. Maybe I could find out what her email address was instead. I don't even remember if she took it or not. Oh my god, he is the stalker. All I needed to do was hack into the cashier system of the arcade. I could get information on all the customers who had paid for tokens using mobile banking. And I could get more than just her email address, like their real addresses and bank accounts. So I did it. I mustered all of my courage once again and wrote her an email. Yet, maybe she didn't really use her email. Do you know how to message? Like, oh my god. It's already creepy that you did that. But your messages were hella creepy. I had told my father that I wanted to transfer to the school. It didn't really matter to him, and the school happened to be quite good too, so he agreed almost immediately. If he had known the truth, he would have slapped me in the face and called me a disgrace. His emoticons are contrasting with what he's doing. I had also found out that she liked playing tennis, so of course I bought myself a racket immediately. I even finished reading all 42 volumes of the manga series The Kid of Tennis. This is a lot of text. Japanese anime, blah blah blah, Southeast Asian hero grows up, Kido no Raku grows up in this split, wealthy, never let any girls in school, high school classmates, casually asked him, do you like tennis, joins the school tennis team, blah blah blah. Okay. More importantly, the vast majority of them eventually learn an invaluable lesson that everything in an anime series is simply a lie. Yeah, maybe he didn't understand the but I would have never thought that I would get the chance to partner with her in a doubles match on my first day at the new school. Oh. And I had also never realized that, well, everything in the manga was a lie. No shit, Sherlock. The only time I even touched a ball, I hit the referee. Oh crap, I suck so bad she must hate me now. We ended up in a tiebreaker for the match. I'd read about this in the manga. Basically, it was a quick way to decide the winner when both sides had been evenly matched. If it wasn't for me, she would have already won easily. The ball was coming again. It was a fast one and it was flying towards my right side. I was so nervous that my hand was shaking uncontrollably. I tried my best to hold the racket as steady as I could. I took a step to the right. I rushed forward. I took a step to the right almost out of instinct, but I still let the ball pass. Even if I tried to hit the ball, it would never go in. From behind me, I heard her hitting the ball. Good job. But before I could finish my thought, I felt a sudden shock of numbness and pain from the back of my head. I completely blacked out. I was in the infirmary when I woke up. It was already noon. I looked around. There was no one else in the room but the school nurse. Oh, Jimmy, what did you think was going to happen? Jimmy, we need to talk about how to pick up girls, because what you're doing is definitely not it. My problem was so difficult. I stared at the test and it looked like some kind of ancient curse torturing my fragile mind. A box of chocolate milk suddenly appeared on my desk. My favorite. I opened it up and started drinking it. It was delicious. Leeman, what are you doing during an exam? Thud. Miss Ying pounded her fist on my desk. Elriz. My eyes went wide. There was no test, no Miss Ying, not even my favorite drink, chocolate milk. I was lying in my own bed, still wearing the t-shirt I'd put on for tennis last night. How had I fallen asleep like this? Suddenly I remembered that I had found some strange things at my door last night. I carefully opened the door and looked outside. There was nothing. Was it all just a dream? In any case, what time was it? I checked the clock on the wall. It was 9:10. I rushed to school as fast as possible. The second period had just begun. It was tennis class today. Our school is famous for its emphasis on so-called quality education, which meant that unlike other schools, we had classes in stuff like tennis, art, and so on, even for the senior students, so that I could get some exercise and release some of the stress from schoolwork. Not many seniors enrolled in these classes, though. Everyone had bet their whole lives on the upcoming... Oh my god, okay. Let's just get the spark notes of this. National Higher Education Entrance Exam? Oh, brutal entrance exam. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Going to a good college could change one's fate. While not entirely correct, still dominates the minds of numerous students and their parents. I mean, yeah. In order to get better grades, even 600 reports about students studying with an IV attached. That's crazy. Okay, yeah, basically, students have to spend their whole life studying for this exam and then pass, or else, I don't know. However, I still had no idea what I wanted to do in the future, nor what major I would be interested in. I suppose I would just go with the flow. I carried the racket under my arm and ran onto the tennis court. Usually I just do some hitting practice during the class, but today I was here with a purpose. Last time I had accidentally hit that knucklehead Rocky from class 3 when I had been practicing my serve. He insisted that I had done it on purpose and challenged me to a match to settle the score. What kind of obsessive, obnoxious man was this? Well, today was the day of our duel. I had agreed to his proposal with 30 boxes of chocolate milk as the wager, my favorite. We would play a doubles match for one set, and we got to pick a partner for the opponent. I picked Wang Chang as Rocky's partners first. He was probably the weakest out of all the people present today. My darling chocolate milk, here I come. Rocky pointed to someone behind me. He'll partner with him then. I turned around, and I saw someone who was looking petrified, someone whom I had never even met. A stranger introduced himself as Jimmy. He said he had just transferred to Hong Kong today. Huh, a transfer student in the last semester of senior year from Hong Kong, no less. That was peculiar. Never mind, I needed to win my chocolate milk first. Since he had enrolled in the class, he could be really good. Maybe this would be my lucky day. My poor girl. Just one game later, I realized I had been kidding myself. That sneaky Rocky, he must have known this guy didn't know how to play at all. Manchan might only be a 2.0, but that would make Jimmy a 0.2. You know, I know they highlight the text in red for a hint, but I don't think that's useful. He barely even knew how to hold a racket. Okay. No matter, for my precious chocolate milk, I would have to do it alone. Half an hour later, we were at the tiebreaker. Okay, self-explanatory. The player who reaches at least 7 points, but also has 2 points more than the opponent, wins the game. The score was 7-8 their match point. If I could win this next point, I still had a chance. Otherwise, I would have to go buy the chocolate milk myself at 7-Eleven. I was standing on the right side at the back. My hat was soaking wet and sweat was dripping down my ponytail onto my t-shirt. Jimmy was standing on the left side at the net, and I could see he was sweating through the back of his t-shirt too. Here came the ball. It was aimed at the center. Center of the back court to my left. I'm trying to envision this. I squeezed the racket in my hand. A sudden twist of my ankle. Swing. I fell to the ground and completely mishit the ball. Even worse, it went straight into the back of Jimmy's head. Jimmy fainted. Oh no, did I just give him a concussion? But I clearly remembered that he was standing much further left, wasn't he? Girl, I don't know. Alright. Okay. It's not too much text to mess with, but I can also switch between them, so... Okay, what's the problem? So, he was standing much further left, wasn't he? Wait. Okay, let me think about this. On the right side at the back, Jimmy was on her left. The ball was coming and it was flying towards Jimmy's right side, which is toward Li Wen. And the ball was aimed at the center of the back court to my left. So it was flying in between them, right? Okay, I'm just gonna have to like wing it, honestly. Wait, I felt the sudden knock. Okay, well, yeah, okay, obviously. He was standing much further left, wasn't he? Oh, because he took a step to the right. Okay, what if we just like... Is the good ending I make Jimmy look good in front of Li Wen? Because I kind of don't want to support him. Let's see. Maybe it'll be okay. Let me think. I took a step to the right. Swing. We can just try it. So wait, then he was flying towards my right side. Take a step to the right. Okay. We don't let her do that. Maybe rush forward first. Date everything? That name sounds familiar. I heard of it. From the title alone, it sounds like something I'd play. Oh, some nudity or sexual content, okay. Sandbox dating simulator. Bisexual fever dream. Oh, they're all voiced. Oh, I have so many options to play. What are the options? Hold on. Oh wait, that's actually a lot of people. Data decks? Oh, collect them like Pokemon. Volt, Dolly, River Water. Huh, okay. Consider it. For now, let me just see if I fuck this up. I swung my racket with my eyes closed. The ball flew over the baseline and was out. I did overestimate myself. His emoticons. The match is over. Ugh. She must be mad at me now. JB took a swing at the ball. The ball flew out at the baseline. Out. 7-9 we lost. I lost. My precious 30 boxes of chocolate milk. Disappointing. Okay. It flew out? Okay. That one. Shit. Should he not swing? Oh no, okay. I literally closed it. I exited out. What do you mean it's still there? OBS is already running. No, okay. Wait, that's so weird. I literally closed it. I didn't even like minimize it. Capture. Here, what if I... Okay. I guess OBS is... Nope. Okay, hold on. Oh, it's because my window... Wait, right? Oh, it's because my window capture was open. Okay. Thank you for telling me. I didn't even know I had Steam open. I just like... Oh, hold on. There you go. I didn't even know Steam was open at all. I thought it was still showing the game. Okay. Wait, did I do this already? Yes. So let's not let him swing because he is ass at this. Okay. Oh, something's happening. Watch him get like hit with the racket or something. Even worse, the ball went straight into the back of Jimmy's head. Jimmy passed out. Oh no, did I just give him a concussion? He was standing worse for the left. Okay. Maybe I flip this? Damn. I'm clearly not like getting what I'm supposed to do. Is he supposed to swing it? Damn. Is he supposed to twist his ankle or something? Okay. I don't know if the game wants her to do it. It was aimed at the center of the backcourt to my left. It wouldn't make sense if she takes a step to the right though. She would miss it. Oh, something's happening. The ball flew past me. I expected to hear her hitting the ball, but I heard nothing. I turned around and saw her sitting on the ground hunched over. Did she just get hit by the ball? Oh, people were already gathering around. Someone mentioned the infirmary. I suppose someone would take her there any moment now. Honestly, I wish that someone could be me. Bro, now's not the time. Our teacher walked over. You take her to the infirmary. Wait, he was speaking to me? Oh my gosh, the goddess of fortune must have heard my wish. The ball was to my left and I was stumbling to my right. Yeah, I thought that was the wrong answer. Not only did I not hit the ball, I even lost my racket, and for some reason my stomach suddenly started hurting. Why? Was it because I hadn't had time for breakfast this morning? 7 to 9. We lost. I lost. I took two pills in the infirmary and felt a little better. I lay down on the bed. Everything around me was white and it made me feel sleepy. Jimmy said he wanted to keep me company, so he was sitting beside my bed. I thought maybe I'd talk to him a little so that I would feel less awkward. However, I think I was too exhausted and I fell asleep. Okay, so he's happy. He has rank A and then girl gets a bad ending. Okay. This is actually strangely harder than I thought it would be. Okay. Like, he has to take a step right. Like, are we trying to, like, get him to riz her by, like, winning the game or something? Like, I don't know. She can't... Because when she swings, she still misses. Wait. I just reset it. I thought this wouldn't be that hard. I took a step to the right. Okay, wait, no, she's not supposed to step right. What if she just swings? No, don't take a step to the right. You can... Shit. Okay, wait. I should stop playing these deduction games. I'm clearly not smart enough for this. He was standing much further left. Should he not? But like, I can't do anything with this. I can't, like, throw it away. Somebody has to take a step right. I felt a sudden shock of numbness, blah, blah, blah. It was aimed at the center. What if she... No, this is what happened the first time. I rushed forward. So this is wrong. Oops, he should take a step to the right. Is he not supposed to? At least I get unlimited tries. God, his stupid little emoticons. What if he trips and swings? Damn. I actually don't know what options I should pick. It was flying towards my right side, so take a step to your right and then do that. Okay, I'm starting to think it can't be him. It has to, let's, the girl. But then she can't. Maybe this one? No. I rushed forward, a sudden twist of my ankle. Wait, I feel like I've tried like a lot of options. Why is this actually hard? There's like 4 options to mix and match. You know what I haven't tried? I haven't put it all on the girls. What if I do this? A sudden twist. Wait, if I do this, he's still gonna get hurt. Okay. I'm not. I'm really not. I thought I could do this, but I'm surprised at how much trouble I'm having. Yeah, maybe he doesn't swing. That was just random. Don't take a step to the right. Like, my logic is like, I have to do something with this I took a step to the right, and it only makes sense for Jimmy because it's flying toward his right side and it's Jimmy standing on the left. It was aimed at the center of the backcourt to my left, which means she can't step right or else she just fucking misses. But then if I keep it on Jimmy and have her swing, then he gets hit. So like I feel like the only option is to make Jimmy swing, but Jimmy's fucking disappointing me. Like, bro. Like she just loses. Like I there's no hints in this game aside from the red text. Hold on. Okay, let me think about this. Maybe it does have to be her. And I just like reorder the rest of these. Wow, that's crazy. I swear I'm trying to use logic, but my logic isn't applying to this situation. Can I take a break? We'll come back. There's another guy. We'll come back for that. We'll come back for that. Let's look at these guys. My name is Carlos. I'm 18 years old. Hi, Carlos. It was a big day. Because I was finally going to leave Mexico. Oh, it's Mexico. Uncle Deb, who had always helped out at the orphanage, and Auntie Benita, who was the matron of the orphanage, used to tell me that if I ever wanted to go to a foreign country, I would need to have a passport first, and then I would need a visa. Finally, I could go to the airport and buy a ticket. Then I could fly wherever I wanted to go. I actually did not know that the characters were not just in China. Oh, never mind. He's going to Hong Kong. I had gotten my passport and apparently was going to Hong Kong, didn't require a visa. All I needed was a plane ticket. Uncle Depp and I had headed out early before the sun even came out. He'd been driving me through the mountains for 6 hours to get to the international airport. He then stuffed a couple of warm burritos wrapped up in paper into my backpack before I said goodbye. I didn't know when I would ever see him again. I already missed him. I walked into the airport and could not slow down admiration. The place was so big. No wonder the tickets were so expensive. I needed to ask someone to tell me where I could buy a ticket. I bumped into another man. The 3 boxes he was carrying all fell to the ground. I helped him pick up, the Korean guy. I helped him pick up the boxes and stack them. I hope nothing inside got broken. The man was wearing a pair of glasses with golden frames. He seemed like a nice person. He took the boxes out of my hand and was not mad at me at all. He just nodded and walked away. He really was nice. Excuse me, I just burped. Even though there were signs in the airport, I couldn't read many of them. I walked around twice before I found the ticket counters. A ticket cost over 10,000 pesos, just like Uncle Jeff had told me. I had all of my savings with me, including the money my parents and sister had left me, as well as what I had earned doing part-time jobs. It was only a little over 20,000 pesos together. I don't know what that is in USD. However, something terrible had happened. I couldn't find my wallet. Oh, that bitch! It was him! I clearly remember checking to make sure I had it when I left. Don't worry, Carlos, I got you. Maybe I dropped it on Uncle Dev's car. I ran outside of the airport. I saw the man whom I had bumped into earlier. He was still wandering around with those 3 boxes. Was he lost? But I didn't have time to worry about him. I had to go check and see Uncle Dev had already left. I couldn't find him anywhere outside the airport. He probably had went back. I had to walk toward the mountains along the road that we had arrived on. Oh no, I had my backpack on, feeling awful. It wasn't a popular road and it was already too late. There were no other cars in sight. I hoped that I could get a ride tomorrow morning. Lord, why was I so unlucky? Girl? What is Mexico? It is a big country in the west. West to our west? Do we live in the east? No, of course not. We don't live in their world, so there is no east or west to anywhere. The earth is a round planet. Okay, I get it. Do you mean that the Mexican people would say that their own country is in the west too? Now she's confusing me too. Oh, by the way, the writers of the early letters, are they from China? I always feel a strange sense of closeness when I think of China. Mexico feels more distant to me, because I guess you're like a Chinese god. Why is that? I guess more people write to us from China, maybe? I hear that Chinese people are all over the earth. There are a lot of them in every country. Probably, I don't know. Really? So is this letter written in Chinese too, as well as the earlier ones? Because they all look the same to me. Oh no, this is our language. In fact, the people who wrote to us came from many different countries, and they would use, okay. All I'm interested in. Being a god is so convenient. Nice. Alright, Carlos. I'll help you get your wallet back. Tang Gyeon-nin, and I recently graduated from the Korean Police Academy. I'm 23 years old. It was my first day reporting to the Busan Police Precinct. I hadn't realized I'd overslept until my Sir Spotty alarm clock had gone off for the 10th time. I jumped out of bed, slipped on my pants and shirt, and rushed out of the door with my coat in my hand. I even knocked over my neighbor's flowers by accident. Sorry. I'll clean it up later. Bro. I'm running late. Still, I was, oh my god, 45 minutes late when I finally got to the station. The captain was sitting behind the desk. He squeezed the kids these days out of his mouth, then he seemed to lose any energy or interest to even speak to me. Then I was transferred to the archives. Okay. They ability to quickly retrieve necessary information from an infinite ocean of data is a crucial quality of being a responsible police officer. Do not stick your password under the desk. How could I have overslept on my first day? Please, Buddha. Please help me fix this. Please, please. Becoming a member of the Criminal Investigation Department is my dream since childhood. I don't want to go to the archives. What is criminal investigation? Is it that much better than the archives? Well, criminal investigation is a place where the police try to solve cases and catch bad guys, but you can't completely disregard the archives either. Does he deserve... Sorry. Does he deserve to be in the criminal investigation? Okay, we'll help you too. Never mind, there's only one... Wait, what? Okay. Is he gonna catch like a thief or something? It was that bitch who bumped into him with the boxes that stole his wallet. I noticed that there was a sign ahead. Although I couldn't read it, I had a feeling that it must be pointing to the ticket counters. I was had great instincts, haha. A ticket cost over 10,000 pesos. I had all my savings, blah blah blah. Blah, 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 blah. I hope you're gonna come back someday. 3 hours later, with a booming noise, the airplane took off. Yippee! I felt something suddenly pushing me into the seat cushion. I could see Mexico City becoming smaller and smaller outside the window, and the orphanage in Monte Talac had turned into a small white dot. I suddenly started to feel nervous. My mind was racing. What if the plane went down? I hoped it would fall in the ocean so I could still swim back, but the seatbelt thing was so annoying, and if I couldn't untie it, I would be dragged into the water with the plane. I heard there was something called insurance that would pay a lot of money if someone died. I should get that. It maybe be enough for Alicia to buy a new house in Mexico City. Damn, I think guys are afraid of planes. Just when my brain was spinning with all these questions, a beautiful lady asked if I would like some water. Oh, no, no, no. I checked my wallet again. There was only a little over 10,000 pesos left. Oh, there's a thing for pesos. Yes. There are also Cuban pesos and Philippine pesos. Yeah. From now on, I must be careful about spending every single one of them. I think the water is free on the plane, though. Like, I heard everything was really expensive in Hong Kong. I must save up before I find Alicia. Alicia's sister, I'm coming to find you. Oh, he's looking to find his sister? How did I miss that? Okay. I heard the voice of a woman screaming in the crowd. Stop him, he's got my purse. I looked down and the man I had bumped into was holding a woman's purse. He actually tried pushing me away. As a policeman defending justice, how could I let a criminal escape the judgment of the law? I grabbed his collar. Take this. I took the bastard to the police station. I ended up late, of course, but the captain let me off the hook for stopping the robber. Captain Gong glanced at the bloodstains on my shirt. Oh, blood. He gave a faint smile and asked me why I wanted to become a police officer. I stood up straight, put my hands behind my back, and held my head high and replied firmly. To defend justice. Haha, go and report to Unit 4. What? Unit 4? I felt my heart start to sink. I had heard so many rumors about Unit 4 even when I was still in the police academy. Oh, I mean, I guess we helped him though. That was like... I didn't have to do anything. I barely had to do anything. Meanwhile, I still have to do this. How many endings are that? Wait, what? There was one more thing that could help with your work. That's history. History? That sounds like something I can use to review all of the endings that I have unlocked, right? Smart girl. Every ending you come across is archived there. When you run into something that's too complicated, try referring to the history for inspiration. Okay, they said you need to review. I have another small tip regarding the history archives. And here we can browse all of the possible endings to a letter. They are displayed on the right. Furthermore, they are arranged in the same order as the small squares you see when you open a letter. Okay. They are arranged in this order. Huh? Sab C D E F. The ending with one small eye is the one you're currently viewing. I see. Okay. Need some water. Okay. I'm talking so much. So like, not only have I been fucking up and like not getting the right answer, there's like 4 more other like wrong or 3 more other wrong answers. Why is there so many options? Okay, hold on. So this is girl's side. So there's 2. options here. The ball was to my left, so definitely not put her. I took a step to the right. That's definitely not right. Swing, I'm not sure. I clearly remember that he was standing much further left, wasn't he? Honestly, I was trying to make him like trip or something. So that he wouldn't get hit with the ball, but then the game wasn't letting me do that. I rushed forward, swing. Oh my god, there's even more. Okay. Okay. I took a step to the right, I rushed forward. I guess let's just try my best again. So what if he's... Hold on, history. So this one I picked. I took a step to the right, I rushed forward, swing. I did overestimate myself. So what if I took a step to the right? Did I do this already? Probably. Took a step to the right, swing. He still overestimates himself, so I feel like it's still telling me that it's wrong. Okay. He is not born to hit the ball. No. I am trying to make him trip. I don't know if that's the correct path. But like it feels like it makes sense, right? Apparently it does not matter. Because if she throws it, if she hits it, he still gets hit. Okay, thank you. I need to like try every single permutation or whatever. Like she can't step to the right because it's wrong. Conundrum. Like I thought he would trip. But apparently not. Like I don't know what other combination. Maybe after. Okay, actually wait, I didn't think about this. What if she takes a step to the right after she swings? Okay, my brain was too tunnel visioned. Something different. She hit the ball but didn't go over the net. The match is over. Okay, well, okay. She had done her best. It was all my fault for sucking too much. It's something different though. I wish I had hit it harder. Ah, I'm getting there. I think I'm getting it. Rush forward. Okay, I think I got it. That took me a while, but I think I was too tunnel visioned on trying to make Jimmy like hit it. But Jimmy's a disappointment, so it was Lee win the whole time. I had to take another step to stop myself from falling over. The tennis ball flew over the net, kissed the baseline, compressed, and bounced up. Then it was stuck in the wired fence around the court. Yay, match point saved. Rocky was such a sneaky bastard. Jeez, I need more water. Yeah, Jimmy, you disappointment. You don't know how to pick up girls. You can't impress her by saving the tennis match. Like, I can't root for you, man. But Jimmy was able to get out of my way almost every time, even with a twisted ankle. Oh, did I twist his ankle? Whoops. We were coordinating surprisingly well. After all, Wang Chang was left standing there too. The game had become a singles match between Rocky and me. Maybe Jimmy was a lucky charm because eventually won the game to 15-13. Happy ending. What a great partner. I'd won my chocolate milk. Hooray! I fell to the ground and my ankle hurt like hell. Fortunately, we still won the point thanks to her. Now our opponents were hitting the ball towards me almost exclusively, but Leon was too good. And eventually we won. More importantly, she ran over and high-fived me. I wasn't just daydreaming about this, she really did just give me a high five. Her hand felt so warm. I would never forget that moment. Is it like a big deal that he... Okay, yeah. Does it matter if, like, that he hurt his ankle? Do I care? It's either that or her, so... Do we care about all the endings? Nah, it's okay. Is that Spanish? Kidnapping. Strange teacher. Okay, fair warning, I was reading in the reviews of this that there was a case or something about like student, like a certain student teacher, a bad thing happening. I hope it doesn't happen to this girl. I pushed open the door to the classroom and I was shocked about it. If that does come up, I might like not show that. What was happening? The room that usually had only a dozen people in it was now almost full. It was like a scene from a beach in the middle of summer. There wouldn't be enough easels for everyone. Just when I was wondering whether I should leave and go study, I saw Jing waving me over from the front row. Yeah, I don't know. It was in the reviews, but like, maybe I can just like ignore it if it happens. Why are there so many people today? I sat down at the seat Jing had saved for me. Like, it's not a good thing. You really don't know anything, do you? Miss Lee is on her maternity leave, so we have a new substitute today. Somebody saw him earlier in the office and posted his pictures on the school BBS. He looked so handsome. Oh. I looked around and only then did I realize that almost all of the newcomers were girls. Why was Rocky here? What was a boy doing here? I took my phone out and tried to log into the BBS. I found myself unknowingly imagining what the new handsome teacher would look like while waiting for the page to load. Well-made pink shirt, rolled up sleeves, top button unbuttoned, okay. Pale and flawless skin, impeccable face from the side. The Wi-Fi signal wasn't very strong and I couldn't look for a long time. Then the front door of the room was slowly pushed open. With everyone staring at him, the new teacher slowly walked across to the podium and softly wrote down his name on the blackboard. Wen Xiaoren. I'll be teaching the art class for the seniors starting today. I looked him up and down and noticed that this Mr. Wen was wearing flip-flops to class. His ensemble also included a pair of casual pants with the legs rolled. Maybe it's not this guy. Maybe it's a different... Maybe it's farther away. Rolled up, a gray t-shirt and a wrinkled jacket. Not just that, his chin suggested that he hadn't shaved for days. I turned to my side and whispered to Jing, "How is this old man handsome?" Jing ignored me. I looked up and realized the teacher was staring right at me. Oh no, he must have heard me. Suddenly, Rocky raised his hand and asked loudly, "Mr. Wen, how old are you, and do you have a girlfriend?" The entire class erupted into a loud murmur. Everyone was staring at the teacher even more intensely. Thank you, Rocky, for getting me out of trouble. Mr. Wen slowly took off his jacket and laid it on the back of the chair next to him. 35. The girls immediately began whispering to each other. His response certainly had intrigued everyone even more. Rocky, however, didn't seem to be satisfied with the answer. A banana-shaped statue out of the accessory cabinet? ? Okay. People with an easel began to prepare their paper. The ones without one took out their sketching pads. Class is going to be over soon. Near the end of the class, Mr. Wen said he'd like to pick an assistant from the class. Anybody who was interested could stand up and nominate him or herself. However, he would need to check his or her sketch. Jing stood up. How brave. Mr. Wen walked over and picked up the sketch. He shook his head and tore it in 2 halves? Okay, asshole. What the hell? Rocky stood up from his seat. I stood up from my seat too. Then the bell rang. Jing was sobbing and I was completely in shock too. Oh, it's the depressed guy. Never mind. Who knows? He even said to her, "Are you serious? Did you seriously just draw something like that?" I will not tolerate this kind of thing in my class. We were just some regular high school students. You're not in an art school. Are you serious? Rocky jumped right in front of the teacher. I tried to stop him, but it was too late. Rocky punched Mr. Wen right in the face. Oh. Mr. Wen, however, didn't react despite having just being hit by a student. He simply gave Rocky a glance and walked out of the room without saying a word. Rocky, he was always so self-righteous. The only thing more important in his life might be his ball games. I bet if the bell had rung and the class had been over, he wouldn't have bothered and would have gone out to play basketball. Oh, okay. Listen, I know I saved that, like, the teacher guy, but I'm kind of, like, suspicious. Mr. Wen never came back to class. Maybe somebody filed a complaint about him, or maybe I'd always had a feeling that he didn't look like he wanted to be a teacher. The next art teacher always dressed impeccably well. He was also incredibly dull. I mean, okay. Why is this guy a teacher? He had... Okay. The bell rings first. Cause like he stands up from his seat. Oh, we'll just try that. No, I'm sus of the teacher guy now. I don't feel good about it. Oh. Blah 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 blah. Rocky picked up his basketball from her seat and casually walked out of the classroom and disappeared into the after-class crowd that was filling the hallway. Other people were leaving as well, while talking with each other about what had just happened. Nobody ever mentioned picking an assistant ever again either. I walked her Jing on the trash field and told her dozens of jokes until she finally felt a little better. That old man, not only did he dress terribly, his temper was even worse. How could the school hire such a person to be a teacher? Oh, that's not the best ending. Okay. This one. Okay, I don't know why I have to wait 5 seconds every time. Oh, tore up my sketch. Okay, buddy. Oh, okay, sorry. Rocky loudly jeered. Let's let Rocky take the fall then. Wait. Oh, but Rocky stood up from his seat first. Rocky stood up from... Okay. I'm like never gonna get anything first try at this rate. Oh, so we don't want him to tear up Rocky's sketch? A minute ago, he had been acting like the king of the world. What did he draw exactly? He punched Mr. Ren right in his face. Oh, okay. Okay then. So what's the play here then? So we don't want him to tear up Rocky's sketch. We want to make sure that he doesn't stand up. Maybe he tears up the sketch. The original was this one, right? Okay, let's try that. Jing was sobbing and I was completely in shock too. Not only did Mr. Ren tie up chest, blah blah blah. I couldn't control my anger. Mr. Wen, you're way out of line. You need to apologize to Jing. Mr. Wen gave me a glance and picked up my sketch. Boring. Rocky picked up his basketball from under his seat, casually walked out of the classroom and disappeared into the after-class crowd that was filling the hallway. Okay. You stay and clean up the room. What? I stopped what I was doing and looked at Mr. Wen in disbelief. He handed my sketch back to me. After all, you're my assistant for this course now. No, I don't like him. He turned away and walked back to the front of the classroom. I then realized that everyone who was still in the room was staring at me. Everyone looked like they were gawking at a circus monkey on the street. What the hell? Yeah. I had no intention of being a freaking assistant to that guy. Jing put her arm around my shoulder. Congratulations. Let me buy you dinner sometime, you poor kid. Haha. I burst out laughing. Well, whatever. Haha. No, Li Wen, I have to protect you. No. Oh, I got more mail. Oh, what's this? Oh, wait, no. There's another one. Hong Kong was different from what I had imagined. Back home in Mexico, everything was so colorful. But Hong Kong was just gray. Gray streets, gray buildings, gray store signs. I think there's pollution there. Gray was pollution everywhere, I guess. And gray homeless people. And there was me sitting in the middle of them looking odd. I never knew that pesos couldn't be exchanged into Hong Kong dollars here. Oh. When I woke up, I found a few more coins by my feet. I had to take them. I must survive. None of the homeless people seemed to like me very much, perhaps because they could only get about half as many coins as I. I had a big sister named Alicia. She was 9 years older than me. Wow. We both grew up in an orphanage in Untitled. It was a rural place. You had to travel 4 kilometers to get to the nearest town, Coatepec, just to make a phone call. I couldn't remember anything about my own parents. My big sister was the only person I had in this world. 9 years ago, Alicia left had left Mexico to make more money. She used to write me letters every few months. Every time the mailman came, I would be so excited to see if there was an envelope with my name on it. Even though I couldn't read much, Auntie Benita would always read them to me. Alicia didn't seem to have the easiest time, but she had seen so much of the outside world. And by reading her letters, I felt like I got to see what Alicia had seen as well. I could almost feel like I was right there with her in the big, new, interesting, and fascinating world that we had never seen before. However, we had stopped hearing from her about a year ago. Oh no, her last letter had come from Hong Kong. So I'd asked Uncle Deb to find a tutor for me who could teach me how to read and speak a little of the local language. I'd worked so hard to make more money for the trip. Oh, what a good little guy. I'd done all this just so I could come to Hong Kong, even though I wasn't sure if she was still in the city. Still, even if there was just a tiny hope, I would never give up. I knew I had to find my sister and make sure that she was okay. I'd arrived at Pitt Street. Pitt Street has been on the postmark of Alicia's last letter. Maybe someone nearby might have seen her. Before I left, Auntie Benita had given me an old cell phone. I pulled up a picture of Alicia on the phone. I held up the phone, asking people door to door to see if they had seen my sister. I couldn't tell if they simply couldn't understand me. They would wave their hands at me every time before I had barely spoken. Almost halfway through the street, I found myself behind a huge crowd of people. Thick, dark smoke was coming out of the building nearby. Oh. But people were shoving and running out of it. Wow, that's a lot of talking. I just need more water. More and more people started to gather on the street. Many of them were even taking pictures with their phones. The fire truck finally arrived. My cell phone suddenly rang. My cell phone fell to the ground. My cell phone was vibrating on the ground, then it fell through the storm drain. No! No! Oh, this guy's cooked. The sewer water was flowing rapidly in the drain. I held onto the drain, trying my best to look down. Maybe the phone was stuck somewhere. I looked for a long time and even tried to reach it with my hand, but I couldn't get it. I was so tired, disappointed, and desperate. I couldn't pretend anymore. I fell to the ground feeling like shit. That cell phone was the most valuable thing I had. It had the only picture of my sister on it. Lord, please help me. I really didn't know if I could ever find my big sister without it. Yes, Carlos, I will do my very best. Alright, let's look at Korean police guy. The office wing of Criminal Investigation Unit 4 looked like a small warehouse that hadn't been organized in forever. It was crowded and messy in the first place. Then almost every desk had stacks of files that were at least 20 centimeters tall, as well as all kinds of evidence and other random items. I stood up straight and gave a salute. Oh, we get to see him now. Oh, it's the red-haired guy. Chang Gunmin, reporting for duty at Unit 4. There were only 2 other people there besides me. One of them was wiping down his rifle. Oh, just casually wiping down his rifle in the building. Okay. He looked at me with a strange, examining look on his face. The other one had dark circles around his eyes, which made him look like he had slept for days. He was looking over some files. Judging from his seat, this must be the infamous Lieutenant of Unit 4, Kang Baekya. Lieutenant Kang gave me a glance at the half-smoked cigarette in his mouth, and he mumbled, "You, over there." I followed the direction of his look and saw the desk that he seemed to be referring to. Many old bags and McDonald's were stacked on top of it, all filled with leftovers and trash. It was also directly opposite the bathroom, facing it. It was okay, as long as I had somewhere to sit. Okay, more water. I was about to ask Lieutenant King what I should do next when the phone on his desk rang. He took the call, put down the phone, and announced to us that there was a gang-related hostage situation 2 blocks from the station. I never thought my opportunity to defend justice would arrive so soon. Lieutenant King put out a cigarette and ashtray and stood up. I followed him. He grabbed his coat and asked, "Hey, new guy, have you got your gun?" "My gun?" "No, not yet." "Then where do you think you're going?" "Stay by the phone. Take notes if anything comes up. Don't speak too much." I can still help without a gun." As a policeman, I swore to defend justice, to prevent all offenses against people and property. Justice? Ha 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 ha. Okay. You think justice is going to block a bullet from hitting you? Well, kid, I've seen plenty of idiots like you. In my unit, there is only one rule you need to remember at all times, which is to follow the orders. Eh? That wasn't what I meant at all. I was just trying to help. First day on the job, and I was already having such a misunderstanding with my lieutenant. But before I could explain myself, Lieutenant King continued. If you have a problem with staying by the phone, you could just go home and don't bother coming back tomorrow either. I'll let the old man know. After they left, I sat down on my seat opposite the bathroom. As my nose was catching glimpses of the faint smell, I let out a defeated sigh. That's kind of gross. When I had been in the police academy, people would always have an understanding smile on their face whenever Unit 4 was brought up. Everyone had heard all sorts of rumors about this place. Oh, blue text. That's the first time we're seeing that. Phew. Lieutenant King was the infamous dictator of the Criminal Investigation Department. Everyone must follow his orders without question. He had a peculiar personality and he was extremely rough, even cruel with the criminals. Oh. Besides, Lieutenant King was a lot younger than the other unit's lieutenants. Therefore, many people speculated that Lieutenant King had only gotten his position because of nepotism. Oh, okay. As a result, no rookies ever wanted to join Unit 4. But does he, do his job well? As for the unit that everyone dreamt of getting into, that would have to be Unit 1. Unit 1 had over 30 officers, and it was widely considered to be the best unit in the department. Here I was, assigned to Unit 4. I was sulking when the phone rang again. There was another hostage cage in Byeongdong. Since no one in Unit 4 was available, I suppose this was my time to shine. I hurried to the scene in 10 minutes. It was a 10-story apartment building. I could vaguely see 2 people on the ledge of the rooftop. People told me that they were a married couple. The husband had borrowed too much money from loan sharks and couldn't pay them back. Oh, another suicide case. That was why he wanted to jump off the building, and he had forced his wife up there. No, I'm up there with him. Well, let's see how Chang Gang-min would brilliantly solve this crisis. Oh, I don't know how much faith I have in him. One of his feet was already at the edge of the ledge. He was holding a knife against his frightened wife's neck. No. I walked over there. Stop, I'm telling you to stop. He got riled up, and his right foot missed the ledge. He fell over the edge and dragged his wife with him. Oh, I don't think this guy got suicide prevention training. Wait, no! Before I even had a chance to talk him down, both of them disappeared out of my sight. It was a terrible scene at the bottom of the building. Even though I was 10 floors above the ground, I felt like I could still smell the blood. It almost made me sick. Okay. I stood there in shock for the first time. I finally recognized what it felt like to be a real policeman. Oh god. What the hell have I done? Can I be any more stupid? Please, Buddha. Please let me have another chance. Please. Sure. He's a little messy, but he has a... Fireworks. Okay. He has a good heart, I guess. Hold on. My options? This part's highlighted. Hold on. Let's focus on Carlos. My cell phone was vibrating. Maybe we should make it so that his cell phone doesn't ring. I put my cell phone back into my pocket and left the crowd. Yippee! I walked to the next street asking the pedestrians about Alicia. What happened to him? Okay, literally nothing. In fact, this is D rank. Okay. So nothing happens. So nothing happens. Okay, well this isn't right, so... Maybe... No. Is it supposed to fall? This isn't really different, yeah. So do we not want him to... The fire truck finally arrived? Okay. I have to wait 5 seconds every single time. So... Oh, okay. You moron, do you know how big of a mess you have made? That case is not even under our jurisdiction. Ah, okay, so we saved the one guy at least. Lieutenant King was outraged. He was yelling at me so loudly that time building here, and the hospital later called and informed us that the couple was okay. However, the wife had been 4 months pregnant. They couldn't... Okay, never mind. They couldn't save the baby. I was suspended due to serious consequences by my reckless and unauthorized actions. Okay. That's an A rank ending? Okay. Okay. He does not walk over there. What is the problem? I don't know. Maybe the phone should go to this guy. Okay, something's different. The phone kept ringing. Who the hell would be calling me at this godforsaken moment? I was about to bend over and pick it up. The man, suddenly got riled up. He waved the knife at me wildly. Don't move, don't answer the phone. His wife saw a chance as the knife had left her neck, so she bit his left wrist as hard as she could. He dropped the knife out of pain. Then she ran over and hid behind me before he could pick it back up. The man suddenly began wailing like a child. Sue, even you are abandoning me? Fine, I'll just go by myself. He raised his knife and cut his own throat open. Oh, I didn't even have enough time to react. I was suspended due to the serious consequences caused by my reckless and unauthorized actions. Okay. Let's check on Carlos. The fire trucks hadn't arrived yet. It was total chaos in front of the burning building. More and more injured people were being carried out of the building. A man in a black trench coat seemed to have summoned a lot of people to help put out the fire. I wasn't injured and I had all my limbs. I thought I should go and help too. I walked toward the man. Excuse me, I would like to... A huge man in a black suit appeared in front of me and blocked my sight. The suit guy seemed to be twice my size. Oh dear. He looked down upon me and could see a deep scar on his face. Help. I swallowed anxiously and had no idea what to say next. The suit guy held up his hand and pointed to somewhere behind me. A truck full of fire extinguishers had just arrived. The fire was finally put out by sunset. I sat on the stairs at the bottom of the building, exhausted. I was covered with dust and ash from head to toe. All of the injured people had been sent to the hospital. The man leading the team had already left. My stomach began rumbling. Man, if only I could get a free meal for having to put out a fire. Carlos is helping put out fires, and meanwhile, this guy, I forgot his name, is trying to stop somebody from killing themselves. The dichotomy of this. My cell phone suddenly rang. Let's try that one. What's the problem with his? Maybe this. Okay, I tried to text him. I told him one day one could always earn back the money. I said he still had his wife's sole support, so he shouldn't give up just yet. I don't know if he still has her support after this, I even tried asking him if he would like some dulsat bibimbap for dinner. But none of the techniques I learned in the academy worked. Standoff kept going. The wife was clearly physically exhausted, and she looked like she was mentally drained too. Honey, if you really want to die so much, let me go with you then. Girl! No! I hope we can both be happy in our next lives. She grabbed the knife on her neck and cut her own throat open. Okay. Okay. I sprinted ahead a few steps and kicked the knife out of his hand. I pinned the man down on the ground. He looked at his wife's body, which was only a half-meter away and slowly leaning its warmth, then he wept. Neither of us had a... Yeah, neither of us the situation to turn out like that. I mean, I'm kind of unfazed, because I've, read worse. But, damn. Okay, well... I forgot what I did, but oh, wrong guy. So, one option, woman kills herself. Other option, guy kills herself. This happening means they both die. So, fire truck finally allowed, my cell phone fell to the ground versus... So this is when the cell phone falls to the ground before the fire truck. Oh my god, okay. This is surprisingly hard, but I think if I just focus on the hints, maybe it's fine. What's wrong with this guy? Oh yeah, he needs to be fed. The contrast between what Carlos is going through versus what this guy is going through is crazy. I'm although his is still a little bit, not great. So he can just leave. He can lose his phone. Or he can keep his phone and help out with the fire and not get food. So in this one, I think I walk over there belongs with Carlos. This one I'm actually kind of stumped because they keep dying. I think with this, the A here, the fire truck arrived. So the fire truck needs to arrive. Hold on. Let's retry it. Maybe this one. No phone involved. Someone quickly ran past me and bumped into my arm. My phone was knocked out of my hand. It stopped at another man's feet. The fire trucks hadn't arrived yet. However, this man in a black trench coat, blah blah blah. He picked up my phone with his left hand. It was ringing with a joyful ringtone and a little cartoon lamb was dancing happily on the screen. The text is red. It was Alicia's favorite song and she used to sing it to me all the time. But I didn't realize I'd forgotten to answer the phone until it stopped ringing. I called back and it was Auntie Benita. She was calling from a convenience store in Coatepec and said she wanted to know if I had any news about my sister. She told me to let her know as soon as I found her. Besides Alicia, Auntie Benita really was the kindest person I'd ever met. Once I got a real job and became rich, I promised I would take care of her in the orphanage. I left the crowd and walked to the next street asking the pedestrians about Alicia. Okay. So... Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, I walked over there. So just the fire truck arriving doesn't do anything. Okay. What's wrong with the phone? Okay, maybe my cell phone suddenly rang. Let's try this one. I wish it didn't make me wait 5 seconds though. Who the hell are you calling me? Blah blah blah. It's from the station. Aha. They told me something important had happened to the unit and I must get back as soon as possible and await further instructions. I hung up the phone and turned around only to realize that the couple had disappeared from the ledge. Fortunately, the fire department had set up a cushion below. Ah. Okay, well the baby... Okay. How's this guy doing? Oh, he picked up my phone with his left hand and saw my sister's picture. Then he asked me in English what my relationship was with her. There was no expression on his face the entire time. I am slightly concerned now. After hearing my explanation, he tossed the phone back to me, then he said, "Come back here tomorrow. You know my sister?" I looked up to him in excitement, but a huge man in a black suit sought me. The man in the trench coat looked like he wasn't going to answer any of my questions and turned his attention back to his men in the fire. The suit guy seemed like he was twice my size. He looked down upon me and I could see a deep scar on his face. Fine, I would come back tomorrow. Still, I never thought I would find a clue about Lisa just like this. The Lord must be blessing us. Sister, we would soon meet again, I just knew it. Wow. I'm kind of concerned about what happened to his sister. That's sus as hell. I can't seem to get it to work no matter how I try. Am I just too stupid? Yeah, unfortunately, maybe. It's not your fault. Something seems to be tied up over there with Count Bekia. Once you solve the problem over there, it might impact us one too. Huh, is that a thing too? Occasionally, we might not be able to solve the current case because of something that's happened somewhere else. Whenever this occurs, you will see orange text in the letters. The appearance of orange text typically means that you will need to consult another letter to handle the current one. Oh, so basically if I see orange text in a letter, I should go and check in on some other letters first, right? Okay. Sometimes you might need to handle the other letters first. Okay, thank you, you said that already. Okay. Something important had happened to the unit. Okay, we'll come back. Number of small colored squares here. The small squares can be one of 3 colors, yellow, pink, and gray. Some of them are solid while some of them are empty. These squares represent all the possible endings for the events described in a specific letter. The solid ones stand for the endings that you have discovered, while the empty ones, okay, figure that out. The yellow one marks the selected ending. Okay. The solid pink squares represent the endings you have discovered but are not selected at the moment. The Paint empty squares with endings that you've not discovered yet. I still have no idea what that means. Sab CDF CDEF X. What about the red one? What about the gray squares? Oh wait, the pink is... Okay, never mind. They are less common. Development of certain events may be impacted by other people and things. For instance, this incident with Chang Youngmin was affected by the incident on Kang Baekyo's side. That's why there's a gray square there. A gray square means that under current conditions, the probability of this potential ending happening is 0. Oh. Huh. Once we solve the related pending problem, the square will no longer be gray. Okay. Previous ending that we have reached will now turn gray instead. Yeah, honestly, me too. I understand that it's very confusing when I explain it to you like this. However, I believe once you're done with Chang Youngmin's story, you'll figure out how it works. Got it, I'll give it a shot. Okay. So we move on, cause... Oh god, okay. No, I'm concerned! Okay. Meanwhile, Jimmy is having a time. Ooh, new girl. Who? My god, my universe? Okay. Let me check on Li Wen, because I'm like increasingly concerned about her. Hello, Li Wen. Today the new art teacher assigned me as his assistant for the class, so I had to stay after class and clean up the art classroom. I tried to sneak a few peeks at the strange teacher while I was reluctantly mopping the floor. He was looking over the sketches I'd left in the room one by one and throwing them in the trash. This bastard. It was just the two of us in the room, neither of us was talking. Hey, W, how was your first day? It was my homeroom teacher, Miss Yang, who burst into the room and broke the silence. She said hello to me and held on to Mr. Wen's arm like a little girl. Hello? Why? According to what I heard from Mr. Jing, Mr. Wen and Miss Yang went way back. Oh, she was the one who hooked him up with the job. Yeah, there it is. The beautiful Miss Yang was said to be notoriously hard to get. Many male teachers in the school had allegedly been turned down by her. Was she involved with Mr. Wen? I grabbed the trash can and deliberately left the room. When I got back, there was no one there anymore. Someone appeared to have already replaced the barrel for the water dispenser too. It seemed that I could finally go home, yay. It was starting to get dark when I finally finished cleaning the classroom. I walked out of the school gate and noticed that Mr. Wen was walking not too far in front of me, going in the same direction. That was strange. I thought he had left a little while ago. I didn't want to talk to him, so I stayed behind at a distance, quietly watching his back. Such a bad-tempered and terribly dressed man. How exactly did he become a teacher again? Before I knew it, Mr. Wen had walked into the dark alley that led to my place. Don't tell me they live near each other. However, as soon as I stepped into the alley myself, I suddenly felt that something was wrong and I immediately backed out. Ooh, Mr. Wen had been sought by 2 men, one in front of him and the other behind him. Huh. The one facing my direction was wearing a tank top. He flashed a pocket knife in Mr. Wen's face. I hid behind the corner and tried to peek around it. Mr. Wen took out his wallet and handed it over without any resistance. That was smart, I thought. Better safe than sorry. The tank top guy fiddled with the wallet for a while, then slammed it on the ground. 20? Do you think I'm a fucking beggar? No, I'm a fucking beggar. Yeah, I don't know. He punched Mr. Wen in the face. Mr. Wen stumbled back and bumped into the guy behind him. He was still not resisting. The tank top guy placed his knife on Mr. Wen's face. Be smart, give me all of your money. Judging from the look on his face, even that 21 really was all Mr. Wen had. I thought there would be some more cute letters mixed in with the kind of fucked up ones. But I feel like I'm just getting all the fucked up letters. I suddenly had an idea. I took my racket out of my bag and grabbed a tennis ball. This was the time to test the results of all my nightly practices. Girl, no. Why didn't you call the police? My ball toss, backswing. Please hit the target, please. The ball was flying at a speed of 180 kilometers per hour. I don't know how you know that, but okay. A gust of wind suddenly swept by. A ball was blown off its path by the wind and missed its target. Well, look what you did. Instead, it hit the back of Mr. Wen's head. Oh. They must have thought I wanted to kill the man lying on the ground for some reason. The tank top girl, run! The one stepped towards me. I began to picture how they would force me into the corner, pull a chainsaw out from behind them, and cut me to pieces. Girl, they don't have a chainsaw. Go. I'm sorry, Mr. Wen. I screamed sadly in my head and ran away with my hands covering my face, leaving Mr. Wen there by himself. The next day, Mr. Wen did not come to class. The school putting him, okay. Yeah, he was in a coma. Girl. This is the second time that you've hit someone with your tennis ball. It was all my fault. I should not have left him alone. There must be a better way. Dude, in like the second, like, her letter, she like killed her like landlord or something because she thought he was a stalker and hit him with her racket and he fell down the stairs. Then she hits Jimmy with the ball, and now she hits her teacher with a ball while trying to save him. This girl is trying her best, but it's not working. Hey, Jimmy. Jimmy's growing on me. I still think he's a little off, but he's trying his best. I arrived in Beijing not too long ago, and now I'm a senior at Yingmen High School. The reason I chose the school is because I had a serious crush on a girl here. Okay, his reputation is not high with me still, but... Just a few days ago, I was fortunate enough to be a partner in a doubles tennis match on my first day of school. Yeah, girl, I think tennis is not your calling. At first, I was so thankful that I thought the goddess had finally smiled upon me, yet I was totally embarrassed because I'd never even played tennis before. After that, I made up my mind. I was determined to improve my tennis skills. That's always tennis, just in case I had a chance like this. I adjusted the service speed of the ball machine, walked back to the baseline, raised my racket to get ready. In order to get better, I had bought a season membership at a club. This guy is serious. I even finished watching all 170 episodes of kid tennis anime. I had complete faith in myself. I believed I could make it work this time. You know, he's growing on me. I still think he's a bit of a creep because of what he did with the email, but like, he's also just really silly. I do not believe in him, but you know, maybe he's innocuous. Kickstart, my pick volleys, my drive D, the what the hell, and she would look at me with admiration. The ball machine shot the ball out with a pong. The ball was flying at 140 kilometers per hour. What a sneaky machine. How dare it serve the ball when I wasn't paying attention. Oh gosh, my wrist really hurts. The doctor said that I had hurt my tendon. So you sprained your ankle and then you hurt your tendon. I needed to rest my right hand for at least a month. He said I should not even use a mouth, not to even mention playing tennis. No, doctor, I want to play. Dude, this guy's story is him fucking up, trying to get close to his crush. Meanwhile, my girl keeps like murdering people accidentally. My dear goddess of fortune, if you can hear me, please heal my wrist. If it's necessary, I'll even spare off video games as a sacrifice to you. Please, Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy. In these two letters, there are some special restrictions, okay? Yes, remember when I told you that the white pieces could be moved anywhere except past the first and last black pieces in the letter, of course. Yes, I do remember. When special restrictions are in place, that will no longer be the case. Okay, so there's just special rules, okay. 140 kilometers per hour and 180 kilometers per hour are in conflict with each other. That means they cannot be moved to the same side. That makes sense. They will automatically switch places with one another. Okay. Double-headed arrow, which stands for conflict. In conflict, there are other special restrictions, such as sequence, which we'll deal with that when we see it. Okay. This music is like ominous. You just need to remember that all the pieces with special restrictions will be laid with a red label with a red sign on like this on the right side. Okay, keep an eye out for it. Okay. There's only 3 options. So maybe this is like a tutorial type thing, and we can just do this. Oh wait, maybe I need to get rid of the gust of wind. Whoopsie. I was not thinking very straight. Oh. Before I realized it, the ball had hit me right into my forehead. It was so fast that it would be sure to cause serious damage if it hit someone, and it would be worse if it hit someone in the head. In any case, I'm really sorry, Jimmy. They told me that someone else practicing at the court had called an ambulance for me. There are good people in this world, I suppose. Or it must be because I'd been such a great person every day. That must be what they call good karma. Okay, same thing happens to the girl. Oh. Mr. Wen noticed me, so did the 2 robbers. The tanked up guy took 1 step towards me. I began to picture that blah blah. Okay, this time we did not, Mr. Wen, you can fight them. Girl, he had 20 yuan in his wallet. Do you think he can fight anyone? I screamed silently in my head. Okay. He didn't seem hurt, although I couldn't imagine how he had gone away. I was really happy that everything was okay. However, I didn't have the courage to go back to the art class anymore. That's fair. Okay. I neglected the wind, so we'll do this and we'll put the wind here. shuddered a little before I realized that the ball was already right in front of me. I was so startled that I had to awkwardly block the ball with a racket, and I accidentally hit the sweet spot. It actually felt really great. Wait, had I just hit it? Yeah. Yes, I had. I had just hit an underspin shot. What the hell is that? Oh my god. Slicing downward at the contact point, forcing it to have a back spinning rotation. It usually falls slower than a flat shot or a topspin shot. I wonder if like the bad guys just felt bad for him that this girl tried to stop them and then ran away. That'd be funny. Because he didn't seem hurt, which would cause the opponent to whip if not properly timed. However, a backspin is usually too slow, so the backspin should have very low. I do not understand. But good job. Good job, Jimmy. Bonsai, bonsai. I jumped down and standing. People now were shooting me, admiring the strange looks. What does bonsai mean? Was he hurt? No, bonsai is a Japanese phrase. It means hooray. Although based on my observations, lots of people outside of Japan use this word as well. They are from many different countries, and most of them are men. Oh, they share a common characteristic. What is that? They are all single. Single? What's wrong with being single? Everything. Being single hurts. Ha! In the end, bonsai still means hurt, right? See, bonsai means being single, and being single means it hurts. This is very straightforward. I think I'm single too. Bonsai. Okay, I guess. Okay, girl, we did it. The ball hit the forehead of the tank top guy exactly as I planned. He fell down to the ground with a thud like a brick. Before the second man realized what happened, I sprinted towards his back as fast as I could. I smashed his head with my racket with all of my strength. Then I grabbed Mr. Wen's hand and ran towards the end of the alley. 10 minutes later, I was panting heavily and realized I'd already run all the way back to my apartment building. Oh, and I was still holding Mr. Wen's hand. Let go of it. Mr. Wen, excuse me, this is where I live. I quickly let go of his hand. Well, I might as well do a home visit then, shall we? Home visit? For a senior? No, 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 no. There's no one else home. I walked in front of him and explained. Do your parents always work late? Mr. Wen looked up at me while climbing up the stairs, the sunlight coming through the windows in the hallways making him squint. No, I live alone. No! I stopped in front of room 413, but Mr. Wen didn't follow me. Okay. The neighbor. He stopped in front of room 414. He pointed to the door next to him with his thumb and smiled. I suddenly remembered. The first day after I had moved in, the manager, Uncle Son, had told me that a very famous artist from abroad had been living in the apartment next door. So that was him. We had actually met each other before. I don't like it. You should just end up... I don't think Jimmy should get... Well, you know what? It's fine. Let's support Jimmy so that nothing happens between them. Can I fix this now? No? Okay. I want to fix his thing before I go to bed. But I think I have to do these two first. Heavenly Father's guidance and bastards. Oh, it's Alicia. Oh shit, what did she get wrapped up in? I have a little brother named Carlos who is 9 years younger than me. He is the only family I have left. We're both orphans. The orphanage was so poor that they couldn't afford us to school. I had to come out and make some money so that I could keep my brother in school. If I could make enough money, I thought that maybe we could eventually move out of the orphanage and start a new life just the two of us. I heard that America was a place full of chances for everyone. That was where I should go. A travel agency inside Mexico City had told me that crossing the desert, stowing away on a train, or getting across the Rio Bravo were all very risky and dangerous. Therefore, they established a route via the ocean. Even though it would be slightly more expensive, it was guaranteed to be safe. And everyone who had taken this route had gotten to America. Would it be safer? I don't really know. I spent the money I had saved for months and bought myself a ship ticket. There were several other young girls with me. Oh, that is sus as hell. That is a human trafficking agency, isn't it? We were locked inside a small room and were not allowed to go out. At first we thought that it was just so that people wouldn't find us being smuggled across the border. Where is my cute letters? I swear in the description for this game there was some cute letters in this one. Everything is making me very uncomfortable. We must have arrived by now. Half a month had passed and we were still at sea. We were finally certain that we had been conned. Oh shit, what's that? After about a month, the ship finally arrived at a port. We were then moved to a building near the port where the guards watched us. Where are we now? Which country was this? Were we going to be sold as slaves or prostitutes? I crashed in the corner with my mind running wild. Every once in a while, a guard would come and take a sobbing girl. No! There were fewer and fewer people left in the room. Finally, there was only me and another girl named Julie left. Julie suddenly stood up and tried to hit the guard at the door facing us. She was holding a rock in her hand, but she didn't succeed. The rock fell to the ground and her arm was grabbed so tightly by the guard that it looked like it was about to snap. Honestly, I feel like it's getting darker. She looked at me with a pleading look in her eyes. I really wanted to help her. I didn't want to be sold either. I was too scared. The guard had a gun. Everyone outside had a gun. Oh. Maybe I should go to bed. Oh, girl. Okay. Oh, okay. Then I heard a few. Oh, God. Okay. I really feel like it's getting darker. Like, they started off with like a suicide attempt and then an accidental murder, and now we're at human trafficking. I did not I knew it was dark, but I didn't expect it to go down this route so quickly. Her eyes were open so wide as if she just come out of a nightmare. No, Julie. The injured guard slammed the door angrily with one hand covering his ears. Soon another person came in. This one seemed to be nicer. He had half a bottle of beer with him. He sat down at the door, looked at me, and looked at Julie, who was lying in her own blood. He didn't seem to care about what happened at all. About an hour later, his bottle was empty, and he'd fallen asleep in the chair. It was pretty late. Maybe it wouldn't be taken away until tomorrow. I have really bad news for you, Carlos. I looked at Julie again and remembered what she had told me there on the ocean. I want to become a singer in America. I want to be a star. Julie, no. She wasn't bragging. She had a really beautiful voice. She also said, I know if I do my best, my dream will come true. I would never forget the look on her face when she said it. Her eyes had been filled with hope and anticipation for the future. I was very jealous of how lively and full of joy Julie was. Okay. The guard turned a little in the chair and his gun dropped from his waist, sliding towards my feet. Was it a hint from the Lord? I reached out for the gun, but I jerked my hand back like I had been shocked when I touched it. No, I couldn't. What if I end up like Julie? I held the cross tight in front of my chest and started praying. Oh, Heavenly Father, Jesus said, ask and you shall receive. We trust that you know what our true needs are. You recognize what our true feelings are. You understand what situations we're in. Now we shall ask what our heart truly desires. Oh God, give heed to my prayer. Show us mercy. Amen. 5 minutes passed, 10 minutes passed, 30 minutes passed. The guard began snoring. The gun was right next to my hand. Maybe this really had been a hint from the Lord. I finally picked up the gun in hesitation. It felt so heavy in my hand. Mom, Dad, please bless me. Carlos, please bless me. Heavenly Father, please bless me. I pushed the door open. There was no one, and this is tense. It was so quiet. The only thing I could hear was my own heart beating wildly in my chest. The building had only one floor. After taking one turn, I could see the main gate. There were several guards at the gate, too. All of them had guns. There was a black man and 2 Asians. The rest of them all had pale skin. How could I get out with just one handgun? I checked the gun on my hand once again. There are no bullets in the gun. There were no bullets? I collapsed on the floor. I was not feeling afraid anymore. I just felt utter desperation. Soon the guards noticed me and dragged me back into the room. This time they cuffed up my feet so I wouldn't be able to escape again. Julie's body was still lying there. No. But you didn't see Would I end up like Julie? Was this my finally destiny? Heavenly Father, please answer me. Alicia. Damn. Okay. What's the next letter? Oh. It's this guy. I've been doing this for 7 years. Oh, it's the other guy's boss. Or is it A? I can't really remember. Today, the old man assigned a newbie to my unit. He had always wanted my unit to become as big as Unit 1. Why did I need to see so many people? Detective work wasn't like street fighting. I had a headache whenever I pictured the image of so many people in the unit passing their lunches over their heads during lunch break. And this newbie today was full of that kind of fighting for justice crap. Lunatic. Well, screw it. Well, what are you doing this for, bro? Whatever. I was just going to wait for a few days. Then I would find an excuse to send it over to Unit 1. Everybody would be happy then. We were always very busy. The files for open cases have been stacking up on desks starting to resemble small hills. Among all the police precincts in the retired Republic of Korea, Busan might be one of the top 5 busiest precincts thanks to the violent gangs in the area. The Musan Gang and the Bungman Gang. Okay. Drugs and arms trafficking. Okay. Oh, prostitution, entertainment, and gambling. Song of Haze. Okay. Less violence. His underlings were all itching to become the successor. There were at least a dozen people killed in the infighting every day. If I kept saving up my vacation days like this, I would probably have enough time to plan for my next trip to be to the moon. I actually did not read that properly, I don't think, but it's gone now. The case today was an annoying one too. It was a hostage case, but the kidnapper and the hostages belonged to the same gang. It was a so-called family matter. Hold on. What was worse was that the kidnapper was someone quite important in the Musan gang. The old man always told us to keep things easy so as to avoid a direct confrontation with the gangs. He had told me again today multiple times to bring the kidnapper in without hurting anyone. Without hurting anyone? Pfft. If he had really wanted that, he would not have assigned the case to me. I was crawling in a narrow air vent duct. I could hear breathing sounds, both loud and quiet, sound of fans. The air smelled disgusting. I loosened my collar a little. Fuck this. I'd rather climb up from the outside of the building with my bare hands than suffocate inside this goddamn tube. Why couldn't I just walk in from the door and pop 2 shots into his head? Because we're trying to not do that. I had finally arrived at the top of the room. The voices coming from below sounded very weird through the vent. You stay there, don't fucking move, all of you don't move. A target was sitting on a couch at the under end of the room. He kept waving the gun in his hand and pointed it at the other one's heads every once in a while. Those poor bastards were all his underlings. None of them even dared to look up. I had seen a lot of junkies get so high that they wouldn't recognize their own mother. Still, the scene right below me was so unusually funny that I almost chuckled. Oh, so this is the situation they were dealing with while the other guy was dealing with the couple. Anyone could easily the area below them was right in view of the bay window. Anyone could easily see inside the room from across the street. My task today was to lure him over. I got closer to the vent, trying to observe the situation more closely. Clang! A loud noise came from somewhere. Don't move! I heard a man's voice. Ah. The nails fastening the vent register had been shattered by the bullet, and it bounced off a few meters away into a corner. After a tumble and a half, I fell and smashed into the white carpet along with the vent register. Oh shit. Okay. My shirt had turned from its original red to another kind of red. Ooh. You've let yourself get hurt again, idiot. A voice that I couldn't be more familiar with appeared in my head once again, while also sounding like it was coming from this world. Hold on. I'm honestly quite invested in this. But it's been how long? 2 hours? Okay, let's try to finish this one. Oh crap, I'd come back to this room again. Oh, there's the train. The room was extremely dark. There was no furniture inside except for a light bulb hanging from the center of the ceiling. A slightly shorter person walked out from a dark corner. Reluctantly, his hair was all messed up and his eyes didn't even look alive. Is this like trauma? Hydration, final boss, yeah. As soon as he pushed me away from underneath the light, a mysterious force dragged me into the corner swallowed by darkness. Whenever I was in danger, this guy would come out against my will. Is this like your trauma? Hold on. Okay. At a moment like this, well, shit. What a shitty day. Whoever suddenly would have control of the body. Huh? From this moment on, I was no longer in command of my own body. I managed to dodge all of the flying bullets coming toward me with extreme agility and inhuman postures. When I got back on my feet, I somehow had a gun in my hand. The 13 9mm bullets in the magazine fired like a machine gun. Hello. Each of them went through his head. Bro, that's a little excessive. Okay. Okay, buddy. The junkie had collapsed on the floor like a pile of mud, and the gun was aimed at his henchmen that were still all tied up. Things are taking an ugly turn. 1 bullet, 1 life, no waste. But is he telling me that like his like is this literal? Like his alter ego personality takes over and he just murders instead of trying to not do that? When the gun pointed at a muscular guy with a tattooed head. The muscular guy suddenly swept me at my ankle with his leg. I lost my balance, knocked my head on a short table, and passed out. When I woke up, I was lying in the hospital with tubes coming out all over my body. Minjun was sitting next to me, sound asleep. I have no idea who that is. 8 deaths. As per usual, I had to write 1,000 words for each death in the report, which meant I needed to write 8,000 words. Okay. Okay, this is kind of a lot. His father was the leader of the gaming group within the Musan gang Choi Yohan. That would mean another 4,000 words at least. Gosh, my head hurts so bad. Sweet Jesus, give me a break, please. Wow, it was almost like I was watching an action. Girl, she's very nonchalant about this. Don't ruin this solemn mood by suddenly thinking about popcorn. Okay, sorry, there is no popcorn here, but we do have Osmanthus cakes. Oh, that's great too. I'm not very picky. So if I want to eat cakes while watching a movie, oh no, I mean while working, is there any way I could do it hands-free? These letters are not like the regular letters that I can just read in front of me. I had to follow the thoughts of the writer by confirming it sentence by sentence. Stupid lazy girl. I'm getting roasted by a dog. Although there is indeed a way. If you want to free your hands to eat or do something else, all you need to do is hit A. You're telling me this now? Wait, what? It's been like 6... Wait. Furthermore, if you want to read it faster while you are not eating, you can activate the skip text option in the option. You're telling me this now? It's been like 10 letters. Every button pressed will reveal an entire line of text immediately. Okay. It's been 2 hours and you're telling me this now? Okay, wait, hold on. No. Wait, I need to read that again. What did he say? Autoplay is A. Tab. Switch. Oh my god. I don't remember what he said. Yeah, what the hell? If I knew that earlier, maybe I would have used it. Oh my god, what did he say was skip? Is it just like click? Oh my god. My short-term memory. Space is read, I already figured that out. Switch between connected letters, tab. Okay, well, good to know about the autoplay. I can scroll up and down, zoom out, select in. Get me out of here. Okay. What are we on? Am I doing anything with his letter? No? Oh, I didn't click start yet. Okay. Maybe I can figure this out. Wow. That's a lot of text. This guy has a whole ass monologue. So let's give her bullets, I guess. Okay, let's just try it. Okay, A. I carve along the vent register. 5 minutes later, the junkie was pointing his gun at me. He looked really scared and his hand was shaking. Don't you dare. Dare move. This was serious. I dropped my gun and held my hands behind my head. I did as he said and sat together with the other hostages. Shit, I was going to owe Unit 3 another big favor. Well, that's not what I wanted. A bullet that had come from the door hit me in the stomach. Well, shit. I'm sorry. Okay, let's try that again. So, no bullets. Actually, that makes sense. I should not have put that for LEC. Does this make sense? I accidentally knocked on a letter that had been put against the wall. The guard in the room woke up. He stumbled into the hallway, quite sleepy. Was there actually a skip button, or am I stupid? Hand up, don't make a sound or I'll shoot. Although I guess I haven't read this yet. I pointed the gun at his head. He held his hands up high and began sweating. Walk to the gate slowly. Do not speak to them. Do not lower your hands, or do not turn around. I pressed the gun against the back of his head, and we walked slowly towards the gate. My palms were completely wet with sweat. Only I knew that I was more nervous than he. When we were only a few hundred meters away from the port, I smashed his head with the gun as hard as I could and knocked him out. Good job. And then I ran away as fast as possible. I didn't dare look back. There were still plenty of people on the street. Many stores were still open, even in the middle of the night. People shooting me strange looks when I ran past them. They all seemed to be Asians. But I didn't dare stop and talk to them. Julie had been right about one thing. Dreams did come true when you did your best. I didn't know how long I'd run, but I couldn't take even one more step. I collapsed into a bunch of paper boxes stacked at the corner of an alley. Is that a good ending for her? The bullet hit the vent register, then it happened to deflect and hit my shoulder. Oh, sorry. Blood was streaming down my arm and dripping onto the vent, then it dropped into the carpet of the room below. Wait, what's this? I didn't need to look. The bastard must be standing right beneath the vent. Soon he would lift his head, look up, and notice me. There was the sound of the window glass shattering. Then it was the sound of flesh being destroyed. Mission complete. Everything went as planned. Well, almost. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Bro's a little violent. Okay, Minjin just ran over from the building across the street. He dropped to his knees with a thud as soon as he saw me. I'm sorry, Lieutenant. It was my mistake. I missed. It looked like he hadn't forgotten the last time when he did not follow the plan exactly and had to write a 200,000-word report. If apologizing was good enough, what would we need the cops for then? I checked the junkie's pocket. There was only 50,000 won and half a pack of Marlboros. I stuffed the money into Minjo's pocket and lit a cigarette for myself. Well, Choido-san, which is the name of the junkie, but it was just trash in a society and he deserved to die. Okay. After witnessing such a bloody ending, maybe his loser buddies would learn to behave a little too. Yeah, maybe it wasn't too bad after all. Wow, this guy's a little twisted. I touched Minjin's head. Don't worry about it. Well done. Oh yeah, it is S. Okay. Yippee! You solved King Baker's problem, but don't forget about Chang Youngmin's letter from earlier. Oh right, it almost slipped my mind. Don't worry, I did not forget. Let's go ahead and help him. Start. So like, why was there a problem? Wait, so how did I get S for the other guy? I already forgot. I walked over there, my cell phone fell to the ground. Okay. Let's just, yeah. Let's just try this again. Who the hell would be calling me at this godforsaken moment? Blah 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 blah. Oh, Lieutenant briefly asked me about the situation and told me to hand the phone over to the husband. It was the Bungman gang. What? Is it true? Oh my. That's wonderful. Thank you. Oh, that's why I needed to deal with him first. Because the loan sharks were part of the gang. Sue, it's all okay now. We can have our lives back. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It was all my fault. What just happened? I took my phone back from the man, confused. Oh my god, I thought that was from outside. I think it was the sound effect of the strong gust of wind. I thought that was somewhere around me. What? Wait, what? And the man lost his balance? I quickly reacted, took a big step forward, grabbed him, trying to pull him back, but I was pulled over instead. We fell off the ledge together, the world was spinning. Oh shit, it was 10 floors off the ground, no one would survive and hit the ground. But, right? There's a but here, right? I slung my right arm out as hard as I could towards the roof ledge. Something flew out of my coat. It was a white ribbon I had wrapped around my forearm with a small spearhead tied to its end. The spearhead wrapped around the metal bar on the ledge a few times and handed it. That's cool. It was my secret weapon. I called it my tail. For a moment I let out a sigh of relief thinking we were safe, but the bar couldn't hold our weight and began to bend. I tightened my left fist and grabbed the man's shirt harder. I burned the last drop of energy inside of me with all of the adrenaline I had, and watched every single muscle cell to release all of their power. Justice was not something that I only talked about. I threw him up towards the roof. We were quickly moving away from each other in opposite directions. The metal bar finally gave out and it was torn away from the concrete on the ledge. I began falling with it. I could hear the wind gushing in my ears. This is my justice. He doesn't die, right? Yeah, the fire truck's there. He's fine. A little dramatic, but like, you know what? That was pretty cool. Anyways. Yippee. I think that's a good time to take a break. Let me look at the letters first, though. You have 2. Okay, Jimmy. It's... Okay, and then Carlos. Okay, that's fine. What is he even doing in this? First day of new school? A relay race? Okay, Jimmy. I haven't actually looked at the profiles yet. Let me see. At 35, robbed. Okay. I don't like him. I have a bad feeling about him. My cute girl who keeps accidentally making things worse and killing people and hitting people with tennis balls. And then Jimmy is Jimmy. Religion, the goddess of fortune. Hobbies, video games, manga, anime, programming, technology. Yeah, that checks out. Carlos. Little sister, Benita. Oh, I can scroll down? I didn't even notice. Education, barely any. Left Mexico, to find his sister. Anything else about you? No. No. No, never mind. She looks cool just based on the silhouette. That's... yeah, I hope she gets a good ending though. Alright, this guy. I wonder what his shirt says. Graduated, managed to resolve a hostage. Okay. This guy, a little McRonald spicy burger. Dislikes Chang Yeon-min, the other personality. Oh, so it is literally like a violent personality. Oh, okay. Relationship 1. Relationship 2. Relationship 5. Failed to free the hostage in a gang-related hostage situation. Not held responsible for what happened. Okay. Okay, we're back at this guy. Okay. I think... Do I have to, like, save or anything? How do I exit? Maybe it's this one. Oh, there it is. Oh, I have not been saving this whole time. There we go. Okay. It is currently... What's this? Okay. What else is here? Profiles. Alright. Yes. Okay, we're chilling. Okay, it is currently 1 a.m. for me, which is a little later than I expected, but I was honestly kind of invested. A little dark, but it's interesting, I think. I will stream tomorrow as well. It might be a longer stream because I actually have a day off, but I got asked to work tomorrow, and I said no because I'm tired and I'm gonna sleep in and rest my body because I am tired. W day off, yippee! Because I said no to when they asked me to work because I was not originally scheduled. So they're gonna have to deal with it. They could probably find someone else. I don't even, I'm like floating at a different store anyways. It's not even my store. Okay, so good night. Binorio, good luck with your interview. I'm going to sleep. And I'm going to sleep in and have a good day not leaving the house tomorrow. My ideal day off. Alright. Yeah, good night. You rest well as well. I will probably continue this tomorrow and we'll see how long this game is. I'm actually enjoying it so far, but I am scared for what's to come. Okay, let me get to OBS. Okay, good night, goodbye, rest well, bye-bye. Thanks for hanging out.